Why don't we move right into this 911 audio there, Danny? I didn't hear this one. This is a man who continues dealing drugs while he's on the phone with 911.
Oh. Yeah, apparently he was, I guess there were some guys after him, some rival dealers or what have you. So he calls 911 saying that there's guys after me. And then he ends up on the phone with 911 as he's dealing some heroin.
What a guy.
What an idiot.
All right, let me guess. In my head. Let me just guess, okay? Hold on. Yeah, okay. I got it in my head. Now play the audio and let me see if I'm right.
You got what?
Nothing. Nothing. I'm just saying, let me see if I'm right.
What you got, you think? What do you think?
I just thought of something, and I want to see if I'm right.
He's guessing Eskimo.
No, I'm not. It's nothing about that.
Do you have a concept as to what this gentleman may look like?
Why would you even say something like that when all I said is, let me guess. All right, I got it. Go. Let me see if I'm right.
I'm only curious.
It could be what type of drugs he's selling.
Do the biff.
Exactly.
Do the biff.
Do you have a guess as to what he may look like? I don't know.
No, I didn't even think of that. I don't see color.
Attaboy.
You don't need a college degree to deal drugs. Some street smarts, however, would help. A 911 caller looking for...
Why do we have to deal with the newsman?
You don't have to do Puker. You goddamn puker.
Talk. You're a human, and humans are watching you.
I'm special. This shows my talent. I'm so talented. No one else can talk like this.
This makes me more important. Blah, 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 blah.
If everyone could talk like this, I'd be out of a job.
Let's get back to this.
911 caller looking for help says some guys with guns are out to get him.
There's people looking in your apartment and that's got you worried?
Yeah, they got guns.
You saw guns in their hands?
Yeah.
You actually saw guns in your hands?
Yeah, just come on, man.
How many are out there?
There was two. I don't know what the other one was.
2 males outside with guns.
Yeah.
All right. What do they look like?
Look, man, I'm about to hang up. This is serious. Just come.
You're not serious. You're lying, and the police are going to charge you.
At this point, the guy hung up the phone, but the 911 operator had his number, so she called him back. And what she heard next, that's enough to add a whole new wing to the Dumb Criminal Hall of Fame.
I've never been there. What state is that in?
I don't know. But why would they have to add a wing for one guy?
Just one guy. A whole new wing.
Wouldn't this be one
Dumb
plaque?
Criminal Hall of Fame.
Sure.
In an existing wing?
You know.
They have to build a whole wing for one guy?
One guy? Because he did one dumb thing?
Yeah. How about they build a new wing for Hack Reporter Voice Hall of Fame?
Just for you, Pally. Does it have the shotgun that the guy put on the counter while he was taking the money and then the clerk grabbed it from him? Is that hanging up on a wall in the Dumb Criminal Hall of Fame? I'd rather go to that than the stupid Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I hate that place. I've never been there, but I know it's just trash. Go to a Hard Rock. At least you get a burger.
Yeah.
To the Dumb Criminal Hall of Fame.
I'm not getting on right by the pit stop. Hold on 1 second. What you need, 10 cents? You need 10 cents? All right. 75.
He's in front of the pit stop on the drug.
He said, what do you need, man? Yo, man, what you need?
Are you kidding me?
He's selling right there on the phone. Yeah, hold on a minute.
You heard the story on the way in, obviously.
That one made me chuckle.
There's a lot of good stuff going on today, but
the delivery of the story is what made me chuckle, how they said it.
Did we find the good version yet?
And I don't know why. You know, Jimmy's never given the impression that Uncle Paul has, you know, that he likes young children. But the second I heard this story, just Jimmy flashed into my head.
It's the sexual deviance thing.
Of course.
I never liked younger. Listen to me. Listen, I've just walked to the door. I don't like children.
No, you're defending yourself against being a pedo.
Against molesting charges. No, I really don't.
I have never, nor shall I ever.
I didn't. I lost that photography job at Garanimals for other reasons.
It's just going to be a nightmare, though, because yesterday we were talking about fetishes.
Yeah.
And every once in a while, sure, I like a nice, big, heavy boob that doesn't, you know.
A weighty one.
Just nice weight to it. Not sag, weight.
Weight.
You know?
Yeah.
This guy has a whole thing going on. It's got to be a nightmare.
Oh, he can't.
His thing is a lot different than enjoying a nice heavy boob every once in a while.
Certainly is.
There's a weirdo with a thing for little boys.
A weirdo.
Look, it's not good to make fun, but when it starts with weirdo,
Dude, the whole thing that got me, it wasn't even so much the story itself.
Yeah.
It's just the way he prefaced the story made me chuckle.
Yeah.
There's a weirdo with a thing for little boys running around the Gramercy Park area. Cops say he likes to squeeze boys' buttocks.
Does he?
Oh, that's Frank.
Oh, Uncle Paul. You know this guy, Frank?
Sure.
Sure.
He's harmless.
Oh, is he? He just squeezes and leaves?
Yeah, we call him Squeeze and Run Frank.
Squeeze and run. Yeah, apparently he's walking up to young boys and squeezing their asses and then leaving.
Getting back to my point, that's a nightmare if that becomes your thing.
He just can't take it. It's
Right.
his thing.
Right.
It's like if you like you said, the nice weighty boob.
Sure.
You like no hair, maybe a lot of hair.
Whatever your thing is.
Whatever you're into.
There's a lot of things that people are into out
That's
there.
perfectly acceptable
Right.
at home, in the bedroom, whatever.
Yeah.
But this guy is into young boy buttocks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you can't be into young boy buttocks.
No.
You're gonna get in Dutch.
Before I forget, Justin from Hoboken, thank you. Get the story of the guy and the blow-up dolls. You want to hear?
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, you haven't heard this one yet?
Nine.
It's perfect to do right after this one.
No,
Another
buddy.
weirdo.
Our sexual deviant.
Here's the
break.
story.
There's a weirdo with a thing for little boys running around the Gramercy Park area. Cops say he likes to squeeze boys' buttocks.
There have been at least 5 attacks, all in the vicinity of 21st Street and 2nd Avenue, all in broad daylight in the morning and mid-afternoon.
Of course, in broad daylight.
Yeah, how many
Of
young
course.
little boys are walking
You
around
can't do
at
this
night?
under
The cover of darkness.
Thank you. The cover of darkness, which makes it more of a nightmare for this guy, this weirdo.
2nd Avenue, all in broad daylight in the morning and mid-afternoon. The victims, boys ages 11 to 15, grabbed from behind.
It's really frightening when you think your children are being attacked before they go to school and after. It makes you want to keep your hands on them at all times.
Meredith Rovolati
That's what
calls
that guy's
it
doing.
sick. Jesus Diaz says he'd like to see a few more cops on patrol, especially when children are going to and from school.
A week ago, a public said no. It takes something like this to go, well, yeah, sure, we know. We need more cops.
But Diaz also points out there are plenty of police in the area. The academy is right around the corner. Al Jones, 10-10 wins in Gramercy Park.
Thank you, Al.
Yeah, right on, Al. Oh, weirdo.
The guy, can't keep his hands off the little boy butts.
That 10-10 wins is getting a little braver with their reporting.
Oh,
What was
they
the
have
other
to.
one? And to that jerk.
To that pinhead.
Oh, Pinhead, right.
Driving 70 miles an hour.
And the ice and snow.
Slow down.
If you're still alive. Wow, how about you just report the news?
I'm John Montone squeezing boy buttocks here in Gramercy Park. He's out at this hour.
He sure is out at this hour. Maybe imagine it is him.
John Montone. Someone's been arrested for squeezing boy buttocks in Gramercy Park, and it's me, John Montone.
I'm the weirdo.
Why do you squeeze boy buttocks, John? Well, I like the smoothness and hairlessness. Hairlessness indeed. I'm felon John Montone.
Good old John. All right, we're going to seg quickly into this before we take a break. The blow-up doll guy. Wow. Florida man was arrested yesterday.
Florida man? The superhero?
I'm
No,
Florida man.
Just when you put Florida man.
Yeah. Arrested yesterday after he was spotted fondling and making out with a pair of blow-up dolls in a supermarket parking lot.
How is that illegal? All right.
It's weird.
I'll give it. It's weird. You're in a parking lot.
Yeah.
In a supermarket. You got 2 blow-up dolls?
2.
Ah, this guy's he's
doing
good then.
he's doing a little threesome. Why not?
And he's making out and fondling the blow-up dolls.
And has anyone ever seen a really good blow-up doll?
No, they look like and it's a visual, but you could hear it on the other. They look like this. Oh, oh. Their hands are up like they're being they're in a stick up.
Yeah.
Stick 'em up.
Yeah.
And then their mouth is like, oh,
like they're practicing opera.
Yeah. And then the naughty bits always look like they're kind of falling out.
Just horrible. Absolutely horrible.
And the asses are flatter than Quincy's girlfriend.
Yeah.
They can't figure out how to, like, cut that plastic to make a nice bubble booty on those dolls.
Yeah, they look ridiculous. Shoppers called cops when they spotted George, 51, Bartusek. It looks like 51 getting busy in the front seat of his Lincoln Town Car.
Is that really getting busy?
Yeah, he was getting busy, they say, which is parked directly in front of I was going to say the pubic store. No, the Publix store.
Public store.
Yes. According to a police report, witnesses told cops that George was performing activity to 2 different blow-up dolls in his vehicle that was consistent with can't say the M word for doing yourself there. So.
Oh, considered yeah.
I think I said it. So it was consistent with,
Was he doing that?
That was consistent with another. I think he was doing it to the dolls.
Oh,
he was blanking the dolls, but using his the same hand,
Yeah, using a few, using his hands,
diddling.
Yeah, sure.
Sometimes talking around this stuff sucks. He was also spotted aggressively kissing the dolls.
Oh, big tongue kisses on those horrible round mouth. Oh.
I'd rather deep kiss my grandma than deep kiss one of these blow-up dolls.
Wow. Goes without saying.
Sure. When confronted by police, George said that he was headed to Target to get some clothes for his dolls.
Oh, they were naked?
Yeah.
Now I see a problem.
His friend Otto in the back.
It's still no problem, because even when these things are naked, they don't look like anything.
No.
They're not real people.
It's a balloon. Right. It's a balloon.
Yeah, sure. George, charged with breach of peace, was wearing shorts with a 3-inch opening in the crotch area.
Wow.
Of course, he had no underwear on under the shorts, noted police. So they arrested that weirdo down in Florida, having fun with 2 blow-up dolls in his car. Why wouldn't you just find I don't know.
What?
Like
maybe
a safer place.
Maybe he likes doing it in public.
Yeah, that's his thing.
Oh, he's crazy.
Yeah,
with his blow-up dolls.
This is all because the economy's going bad, I'm telling you.
Yeah. If people are starting to lose their minds.
It brings your freak out.
Yeah. It gives you that tick down. If people are working, they have to have some kind of responsibility.
And they don't have time to do this.
And they don't have time, for the blow-up doll thing. And then as people start losing their jobs, they get a little crazier.
That perversion pops up.
Yeah.
Hey, the internet game called Border Patrol, causing controversy. Is this one of these video games that's really lame on the internet that no one really is going to play?
Real bad graphics.
Probably. These type of games come out all the time, and they're just really lame, and
they're just to get attention from the news, so they can go, more violent video games are destroying this country.
You're absolutely right. Yeah, no one's going to actually play this game more than a couple days after they read about it on the news.
Oh, it's a stupid, flash animation game.
Yeah, so you got what looks like Mexicans trying to run and jump over a little river into America, and you have the scope on these people, and you try to shoot as many as possible as they jump the river and come into America.
Move your mouse and pull the trigger.
I could see where the media would be outraged over this.
Yeah.
An internet game called Border Patrol with little skill or strategy. The target, cartoon figures of illegal immigrants.
Ultimately, if this is not solved by the government, it will result in bloodshed.
Tom Metzger calls himself a racial separatist. His website has a section called Racist Games people can download.
Probably a lot of people have been dissuaded from actually picking up a gun and going out and shooting people because they let off steam playing these games.
Bin Laden Liquors. African Detroit cop. Kaboom. He says he didn't make these games and wasn't able to tell me who did.
I think that the white race in this country, in North America, better wake up and get a wake-up call if they're going to survive.
So wake up, white people.
This is, who gives a shit?
I don't know. I'm a little frightened.
Are you?
Metzger could be a little extreme at times.
Yeah, I know. He's not extreme enough.
Just a little bit.
Of course. Well, we got some feel this sends the wrong message.
Yeah.
The rules of Border Patrol. Shoot and kill undocumented men, women, and children as they cross the border. A man with guns. A so-called drug smuggler. And a pregnant woman with kids.
That's where you have to question, where has our society, gone?
Edmundo Hidalgo is president and CEO of Chicanos por la Causa, a social services agency.
Like Causa?
He grew up on the border.
The messaging behind it is that it's okay. It's okay to kill an immigrant.
Assigned to
We
a
got the
welfare...
message.
Huh?
They're fucking being splattered with bullets. It wasn't exactly hidden in the subtext. Fucking asshole.
It's not accurate because you could take out 3 of them with one shot.
Yeah, I know. Ain't no sense.
Wearing their hats.
Assigned to a welfare office. An American flag with the Jewish Star of David instead of 50 stars.
And so for me, it's one more way of planting the seed of hatred. We as a community cannot tolerate, even a little bit of a particular segment being dehumanized.
They couldn't get a better spokesman than that,
Oh, I know. Makes you want to shoot, doesn't it?
And then finally, official finds it disturbing that some find this so funny.
Former Arizona Attorney General Grant Woods also is not amused. He was part of a panel appointed to come up with a new immigration-related policy for the Phoenix Police Department.
Well, I think that's pretty depressing that anybody would come up with that anyone would play that game, that anyone would think it was funny. It's mean. It's mean-spirited. And I don't think this is okay on any level.
Grant Woods says games like this make undocumented immigrants seem less like real
Illegal.
people.
Fucking asshole.
He argues, regardless of where they come from or why, they are somebody's son, mother, or father.
You wouldn't sit there
cross them at the same time.
Exactly.
The border.
A controversial way to earn points and pass time.
What do you expect Grant Woods to say?
Yeah.
Everyone knows fucking Grant Woods is a fucking Peter Pumper.
Whatever. No one's going to really play the game. Now that it was on the news, people go... I'm sure a lot of people are checking out the website as we speak, but...
Grant Woods is a shit dick with no sense
I
of
hope
humor.
Xbox comes out with their own version.
Exactly. Kill you-know-what.
At least the graphics would be better.
Oh, it'd be great. Maybe with that you have like an actual gun that you can... a gun attachment for the...
Like Duck Hunt.
Duck Hunt. All right. Dan Natterman is in studio today.
Hey, did Kenny forget my coffee?
Indonesia massage parlors doing something very, very interesting, Jimmy.
Ooh.
You like these stories, right?
Of course.
Indonesia's massage parlors frequently offer
massage.
Oh, no, we got another.
Indonesia's massage parlors
Oh, no, we got another.
offer something different.
Sushi?
They'll rub wasabi on you. Where the women all smell like sushi.
Oh, no, we got another one of those situations. Where's that original clip?
Sushi. Indonesia.
Yeah, it's not working.
Who says massage?
Massage.
Massage.
It's a massage.
Hold on a minute. All right.
This is horseradish. You're most likely to have come across it as the powerful paste wasabi that's eaten with sushi.
That's eaten with sushi.
Sounds like that guy. Here's the story about the massage parlors.
Indonesia's massage parlors frequently offer far more than a relaxing rub-down. They're often a front for prostitution, something local government in the province of East Java is keen to stamp out. So,
dude, I can't even listen to this story because I'm just picturing you and how you accent these guys. Like his voice goes up in the weirdest place.
Yes, their accent.
Accent just pops up.
But massage parlors having prostitution, boy, they're really right there grabbing the news as it happens, huh? Who knew that?
Yeah.
In Indonesia, of all places.
That's shocking to everyone.
What else are they going to do as far as massage parlors go?
Government in the province of East Java is keen to stamp out. So they've taken a step back in time, making masseuses wear a modern-day chastity belt. Before disappearing behind the curtain with a customer, each worker must have their pants padlocked up. So if the pants go, the owner will know.
It's not disturbing because they only wear it when they massage their customers, and after that they can take it out.
Massage over and clothing still in place, the padlock is returned. At face value, it's a simple but effective method of preventing prostitution.
They padlock the mouth and the hand from going into a circular formation.
You can't quite do the old okay with your fingers.
So basically, you go in for a relaxing massage and you have to put this huge just padlock apparatus around your groin.
A padlock.
How could that be good?
It's like trying to get a release from the ghost of Christmas past.
Yeah, that doesn't sound fun at all.
No.
Even if you're just going in there for a massage.
Right.
Not even for that.
Very pleased.
Why would they do this? So the place doesn't get shut down?
Cut down on prostitution.
Really? How does it cut down on prostitution?
Because they can't get into the naughty bits. It's all padlocked up. The naughty bits.
I'm very pleased and enjoy working here. Wearing a padlock makes us feel secure.
Mainly Muslim Indonesia has seen a furious debate over morality.
Wait, who
wears
a padlock?
The whores or the customers?
Oh, the hooker.
Oh.
So her pants can't come off.
Well, that's ridiculous.
What?
And then they have to put the mumps wrap around her head so she can only talk to her jaw like Michael Corleone.
They wire her teeth shut. And then put oven mitts on her.
I thought it was the guys.
No, they couldn't get it.
I so missed that.
That's still easy then.
Man, I'm not paying attention today. Yeah, that would like Jimmy. Well, now what Jimmy said makes sense. There's other options. There's a lot more options.
TF. Could do anything.
Indonesia.
Oh, true. Okay.
Haven't developed yet.
You could TF. You could pick teams for baseball. You could you could do something with ice pops. Many options there.
Yeah, there's plenty things.
That was a waste of time.
Now here's how every conversation goes there. I would like I'd like to have sex. Well, we can't because I have.
Yeah, good for you and your padlock.
Jimmy, you've gone to a bunch of these places in the past. I'm imagining that that's not the release they get, though. They're not getting like an all-out session for the most part, don't they? Because they call it a.
Here's the thing.
They call it a certain thing because that's what they're able to do. That's what they do. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes.
We got to keep it clean on this side. If you're not having all-out sex, but the woman is definitely taking it. But for the most part, the stories
for the most part, she's massaging with her hands.
Right.
Yes.
You know.
So if she's wearing a padlock, is that really stopping?
No, just
this type of thing happening in the massage parlors.
Just stops the sex. It doesn't stop what they could do with their hands or what they could do with
other parts of their body. Simple as that.
Ears.
Right.
Well, sushi.
Right.
I'm very pleased and enjoy working here. Wearing a padlock makes us feel secure.
Mainly Muslim Indonesia has seen a furious debate over morality in recent years. Lawmakers passed a bill last month shielding young people from pornography on the internet, but an early draft has a clause which could see people jailed for kissing. Authorities in the tourist areas of Batu and Malang also want to make the padlock policy law. But local women's ministries say it isn't the answer, and security cameras would be a much better way to prevent prostitution.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Exactly.
Security cameras in there.
I thought this story was great when I first looked at it because I really thought the guys had to put on some weird thing before they,
Before you walk in there and lay down?
Yeah, before they hit the table.
Get your rub down. Ugh.
That'd suck.
That sounds filthy anyway. Indonesia.
Well, they are. I think they're 90% Muslim. I could be wrong, but my manager, of course, has been there. Jonathan goes there.
He's insane.
He loves it.
Of course, he's an adventurer.
The more likely you are to have your head removed, the faster Jonathan buys business class tickets. Jim, I tell you, Jakarta, Jim. He's a psychopath.
We went to dinner after Jim Norton did Letterman to this nice little Italian restaurant, and this guy Jonathan, you know him too, man. He pulls out pictures of his latest trip. And I swear to God, I thought I was looking at pictures from the set of King of Scotland.
Really?
And he had no security, nothing. He's like just on the side of the road as the local king is coming through this little like town. You can't even call it a town, a village.
Yeah. Could have just pointed at him and said, kill him.
It was some of these pictures were so scary, and I'm like, wow, man, what, did the government escort you around? He goes, no, I just kind of wandered around and wanted to check things out for myself. I forgot what country he was in, somewhere in Africa, excuse me. And the local king's coming by, and they're all praising him, and he's in the back of a pickup truck or something.
An old Toyota with a machine gun.
And the pictures of people just going nuts. And he's, unless there are other people behind the camera, the only white guy in the area.
Yeah, of course.
He's insane.
He got someone the coolest birthday gift ever. I can't say what it is because it might not have given it to them yet. But he got
an ashtray made of
gorilla hands, yes.
Gorilla hand.
And then he took the ashtray and he slapped their face with it. He's a great gift getter. Like he gets you really weird stuff signed.
Right.
Yeah, Jonathan rules. But there's something wrong with him.
Didn't he meet Fidel Castro too?
Oh yeah. He had dinner with him. And
he had dinner with Fidel Castro. How did you get that to happen?
By being an adventurer.
Yeah, he had cigars. Oh yeah, I told you the story already. He had cigars. Fidel gave him a box of cigars.
Oh, yeah.
And signed them.
Right.
Oof.
Actually signed cigars from Fidel Castro.
Signed box of cigars.
That's
by
got to
Castro,
be worth a few bucks.
It's irreplaceable. So he would keep them in the humidor at David, the head of my management company's office, and David would have cigars sent to him on the road, and apparently his personal secretary didn't realize what these were, and she sent Fidel's cigars to the other manager and threw the box out.
And David just smoked them, not knowing?
He had no idea, of course.
How valuable these things were?
They didn't realize till like a month later, because they were in the humidor, and Jonathan's like, where's my box? And the one's like, but I threw it out. And you can't even really talk to him about it, because he can't handle discussing it.
Right.
Did he kill her?
No, I think he had to go home. But he was that.
Really? He had to go home.
Well, as far as memorabilia go, that's got to be up there.
Oh, hell
if
yeah.
If you had to sign Fidel Castro cigar, Jimmy, would that be the greatest possession of yours?
Well, it's the box. Yeah.
Or the box. Well, the box, I think.
Yeah,
would be
big
even
cigar
better.
box.
Yeah,
sure. That'd be cool.
I don't know. I mean, I have some signed stuff that's amazing. My prior autograph I'd probably prefer, even though Castro's harder to get.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
But
there's not as many.
Yeah, there's a photo with him shaking hands with Castro. I mean, he met him.
We teased this before the break. So, penis theft, panic, hit city.
Yes, it's odd that this would happen in a place like in Kinshasa, in the Congo.
The Congo.
I believe they're very superstitious there.
Well, police in Congo have arrested 13 suspected sorcerers.
Sorcerers?
What is a sorcerer?
Well, I know in order to reach one in some of my multiple online role-playing games, it takes quite a lot of time to become a sorcerer. But I don't remember the spell for genital shrinking.
Yeah, that's what this story is all about. So, well,
they throw cold water on your back.
Oh.
We don't know.
Sorcerer
we don't know
music.
the name of this character, but he's on the show right now. We never named this character because he doesn't really like doing this character that often. Even though I don't know, a couple of the main members of the show strongly suggest that he should do this character a little more than he does.
I occasionally, when there's a chance to discuss wizardry, we're very happy to do so. But that's how you shrink a man's genitals. You throw cold water on his back, or you scare him.
Yeah, well.
Then you get shrinkage.
Well, Mr. Sorcerer, what if the person you're throwing the cold water on his back decides to take one of those pills? Huh?
I don't know what pill you mean.
Oh, you know.
A Viagra?
A Viagra or a Cialis. Well, that would wreck your spell, my friend.
No, it wouldn't. His arms would stiffen.
Instead.
And they've accused people of stealing penises. I know what happened to them.
What happened?
They became employees of this show. Good one.
We'll just stay right there, Mr. Sorcerer. We'll have a name for you within 10 minutes.
I don't need a name. I'm mysterious.
He is very mysterious. He's very mysterious.
You don't want people knowing much about you?
You know, I come in like the wind and I leave as such.
As such. I don't know why that cracked me up. As such. Yeah. All right. Well, police in the Congo have arrested 13 suspected sorcerers accused of using black magic to steal or shrink men's penises. After a wave of panic and attempted lynchings triggered by the alleged witchcraft.
How do these people live on this planet.
With us.
Yeah, at the same time...
We have iPhones in our possession, and this is going on basically on the other side of the world.
Yeah, the other side of the world.
We don't know much about the other side of the world.
Here, there's you take it for granted. You look outside, look at the buildings being built. There's aircraft. There's automobiles, all kinds of technology in use, and right in front of us. I mean, just the miracle of the internet and televisions that we're watching. And then right there, on the other side of the globe, there are people being arrested for sorcery, for shrinking people's genitalia.
And for stealing them. Occasionally you'll see a man with a long overcoat, and he'll go, pfft, and he'll open his jacket, and he'll have 7 or 8 penises for sale, like wristwatches.
But why would he Why is there a market for this? Why would he be selling these?
Who doesn't like to have an extra one for the weekends? You put it behind your ear like a pencil.
Or a cigarette. He's very mysterious.
Under your nose like a fake mustache.
We got to work the word mysterious into his character name.
Yeah, he's very mysterious. I just don't know what his name would be, though.
I enter a room like a vapor.
You certainly did during break when you were standing next to me.
Sorry, I got nervous.
and leave as such?
I do. I leave through vents.
He casts his spell through the back of his pants.
Yes, I do. It's called a pucker. A pucker ran out of steam, didn't you? Didn't you, character? Pray for me.
Reports.
I should have a name. Instead of mysterious, I should call it Right Before You Try This. Remind me to take my magical pen and jot things down next time, instead of trying to wing it.
Well, I like Puddle of AIDS. He you got, I don't know, there's another member of the show that does a character called Jimsy. Puddle of AIDS is suggesting that your name, sir, is Jimsidry.
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 That's a stupid name. Who would ever co-sign?
It's really stupid.
It's ridiculous.
Do
you know who had tiny genitals?
Who?
Sam from Quincy. It's common knowledge.
I've heard tell that.
Yes.
Reports of so-called...
Quincy used to, out in the sun, would hold a magnifying glass over Sam's lap.
Reports of so-called penis snatching are not uncommon in West Africa, where belief in traditional religions and witchcraft remains widespread and where ritual killings to obtain blood or body parts still occur.
They are like groups of savages. They're groups of people that have not become civilized, I guess.
Right.
That is the oddest thing in 2008. You would just assume that everyone would be up to speed.
The Congo is a wonderful place if you'd like a hat made of bark.
I'd like a bark hat.
I was once there and I said, "Where's the restroom?" And they pointed at a tree. This place sucks.
Who would like the Congo?
Nobody.
Well, rumors of penis theft began circulating last week in Kinshasa, Democratic Republic of Congo's sprawling capital of some 8 million inhabitants.
Sprawling.
They quickly dominated radio call-in shows. They got radio call-in shows in the Congo?
Yes, if you've ever seen Hotel Rwanda, they use their radio shows for different purposes.
Yes. Cut down the big tree or something.
Squash, kill the cockroaches. They use it for genocide. Gets big ratings.
One of the favorite talk shows is called... They're number one.
Well, they quickly dominated radio call-in shows with listeners advised to beware of fellow passengers in communal taxis wearing gold rings.
Beware of fellow taxi drivers. What?
I don't. This is right out of a Harry Potter novel.
The Congo is stupid.
And then sometimes the two males will fight for dominance and the right to mate with the female.
But if yours has been stolen, then you're kind of out of luck.
You certainly are.
I think.
Nagel out of luck.
If they've stolen your genitals, you have to become a corporate lawyer. See that? Make a point for the character.
Well, I see that.
I bring it, don't I?
Purported victims, 14 of whom were also detained by police, claimed that sorcerers simply touched them to make their genitals shrink or disappear.
Ooh.
In what some residents said was an attempt to extort cash with the promise of a cure. Who's believing this? Police arrested the accused sorcerers and their victims in an effort to avoid the sort of bloodshed seen in Ghana a decade ago when 12 suspected penis snatchers were beaten to death by angry mobs.
Yes, all cultures are equal on Earth, and we should respect all. America should be multicultural because so many other cultures bring a really interesting flavor to our country. Oh, look, the mob beating the man who stole penises through wizardry. Those are people we need here. Welcome them with open arms.
Why isn't this on TV? I gotta explain. This person doing this wonderful character, he closes his eyes like Gilbert Gottfried, and then he looks up to the heavens as he talks, and it's almost like his nose is pushed up as he goes into character.
He distorts his mouth a little bit.
Yeah. I'm tempted to say it's one huge joke, Oliko says. I guess he's he's the police chief. The police chief is saying, I'm tempted.
Tempted.
So that means there's a doubt in his mind.
I would say it was a joke. Let me go cut this chicken's throat first and see what he says.
Too bad Jimmy's in character right now, because I'm sure he'd have a lot to say about this.
No, I wouldn't. Or he wouldn't.
Yeah, exactly. But when you try to tell the victims that their penises are still there, they tell you that it's become tiny or that they've become impotent.
That old gag.
To that, I tell them...
That's a great excuse. I wish I'd had that one all through high school. I'm sorry, I was cast a spell upon.
I was cast a spell.
It's not that I'm frightened and insecure about this and afraid that I don't quite match up to your basketball player ex-boyfriend. It was a spell was put on me.
Well, I was in the Congo.
I wasn't toilet trained for too long and too harshly. That's not what, due to my lack of function.
Yeah, the spell's called the white man's disease, right?
Ooh.
But when you try to tell the victims that their penises are still there, yeah, they tell you that it's become tiny or that they become impotent. To that, I tell them, and this is the police chief talking, how do you know if you haven't gone home and tried... What? How do you know if you haven't gone home and tried it?
To see if it works.
Yeah. There you go. Lovely story out of the Congo today.
Who's going to the police and saying that happened?
Excuse me, I'd like to report something stolen.
Uh-oh.
What? My penis! It was taken on the subway by a man. I was watching a 3-card Monte game. And the next thing you know, it was gone.
Wow, they are really smart and civilized there.
Could I describe it? Let's see. It was last seen with headphones and a virus cap.
But that's what E-Rock's wearing. New character.
Sorry.
Yeah. Well, now that the story's over, what's this guy's name?
I don't know, but he's so mysterious.
It's time for you to disappear and vaporize into the vents.
Yes, I know. I saw the break sign.
All right, we'll watch you disappear now. Go ahead. Do your disappearing act. Nope, you're still here.
That's the noise I make when I disappear. Yeah. I'm invisible.
No, but you're not invisible.
I am so.
No,
all you see is 2 floating headphones.
No, we see you. You're right there. I see
and a belt above where tiny shrunken genitals would.
No, Anthony's right there, right? You don't see headphones just dangling in the.
In the air. I'm seeing headphones.
Really?
Just kind of dangling. Maybe he's visible just to you.
Well, now that I look a little closer, I could kind of see through you, so the spell might be working.
I've disappeared.
No, not quite. All the way.
Much to the joy of certain message board people.
I think you have to make that noise a little more, and then you'll completely disappear. Nope. Almost. One more.
That's all I have.
That's it?
I think we all know this hit the wall 5 minutes ago. But we don't like to stop, do we?
No.
Until we've lost everybody. PPM is down, is it?
No, actually, it did quite well yesterday.
No, I know, but I meant after this bit.
Oh, okay.
We teased a home invasion story, Anthony.
Yes.
And I'm glad Colin's into it.
You know how petrified I am of the home invasion.
But maybe he could talk some sense into you.
I don't need sense talk
last time I was in, I remember he was saying he walks around with a gun on his waist.
He's bought 2 more guns since then. He's got 4 handguns.
I like guns.
4 handguns now.
I like guns.
And he already has his eye on a 5th, I hear.
I might pick up a Desert Eagle just for fun.
Yeah.
Huh?
Desert Eagle's a nice gun, but yeah. Well, if you have, go ahead. So what happened?
Well, that's what happened with him.
I walk around, and people laugh at me. They go, "Well, what do you need to walk around?"
Well,
it's
the
very
problem
comfortable.
is, I know, but the problem is you're like falling into that category of any guy from your neck of the woods, as we know, my cousins are from out there, that gets a few dollars. Immediately they go into that crisis. Instead of having like an existential crisis where they like try to go to you just buy more guns and somehow project outward the inner pain. You know what I'm saying? I'm not Dr. Phil.
It can't just be that I enjoy shooting different types of guns. I go to the range.
I love guns. I'm talking about walking around fully strapped in your house.
It's not fully strapped. I'm not wearing a bandolier full of like a bandito.
But you told me you never walk around even in your underwear. You said you wear BVDs with a full.
Well, I don't think I've ever talked about walking around in underwear. I like it's comfortable. It almost you have your wallet in your back pocket, right?
Right.
Well, this feels like another just accessory that you have that you carry with you.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, even in your house, like, you can probably get a lot of alarms and stuff, right?
But your house that's where the home invasions happen.
I understand,
and
but
yes,
you have a little pre-alarm system. So
I have an alarm system, but let's be honest.
I agree with carrying the gun, having the gun handy.
The gun being around, I've read stories of home invasions where then the guy couldn't get to his gun.
Well, even the BTK killer. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, the woman cocked the gun
killer?
and...
No, that was the rich.
Oh, that was,
BTK killer, he walked in, the guy was a boxer.
Horrid.
The guy was a boxer, and this guy kicked in his door, and the family, but he thought it was like a setup, and that was the beginning of the BTK killer. He thought they were joking. They were the family, middle of the afternoon.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Yeah, oops.
So you're right to have the guns handy, but I'm just saying having them on you is probably more handy if you could just be like, oh my God, look.
No, how about just have one on you, and it's like I said, like your wallet. You just have it on you.
All right,
it's nice, a small little thing fits right there under your shirt.
About a Sig Sauer, maybe a 380.
I got the Sig 45.
Nice.
Thing's wonderful. An HK 40, and just picked up a Walther 9mm.
Do you know not one person? Not one person I've told that to has said that's a good idea. Not one person has said.
But I do understand.
Not one good for you or good for him.
No,
good for you.
Not one good for him.
Well, you know what we say: better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6.
Right. Anyway, so when the home invasion stories come up, I try to help Anthony out a little bit. Well, because a lot of people think he's a bit paranoid, but then you got these stories in the news every day. But this home invader, I don't think you could do anything about.
No?
I think this one would get you.
Oh, boy.
Here's the story.
And in Florida, a woman finds a surprise in her kitchen. An 8-foot-long alligator.
An alligator?
Yeah. It's
wow, that would suck.
Alligators are doing home invasions now in Florida.
That's what they're doing?
Yeah. How would you defend against that?
Well, I probably wouldn't shoot them.
Well, because you hear, I think what would happen, you would hear a noise, someone obviously broke into your house, and you're looking around for this.
Oh, you're looking at like eye level.
And all of a sudden the croc takes your leg
bites your foot off.
Takes your foot.
Oh, wow.
How do you defend against that? And then you got the pain, and now you can't really focus with the gun.
That's tough.
You're in deep trouble.
You know what, though? He'd have to come up my stairs. See, my game plan is to be upstairs, high
you're
ground.
not really fully committed to it. Because if you're really fully committed to it, what you would do is have, like, one time I saw this movie.
Scanners.
They had a bunch of different mirrors, and every time the guy shot, he thought it was you, but it was really the mirror.
Oh, so I need to put mirrors on every wall.
No, put, like, fake entrances, and then when the guy comes in, you shoot him, you know? I like the idea, believe me.
I have a game plan. You know, I have a game plan in the house.
Yeah.
Look, all jokes aside, I agree with you. I think that more people should be murdered. And what bothers me about the anti-gun people is they never mention, and this is a big part of it, how many people die, how many people don't get killed and don't get raped because they had a gun and shot them.
Well, when you're a card-carrying member of the National Rifle Association, like I am, you get a magazine every month.
And they give you the stats?
And they have stories.
Yeah.
They have stories of armed citizens and how they avoided getting killed during the commission of crimes using their guns in their homes because, the news never prints that.
But Opie's got a good point. Why can't they give you the stats, which would help them? No, they just have crazy stories out of detective magazines.
Right.
I was almost killed and buried alive till I used my Walter B.
It was great.
But the stats would help in the long run.
It really would.
Let's get the rest of the story on.
Foot long alligator.
Deputies say 69-year-old Sandra Frosty called 911 after finding the 200-pound reptile. A trapper came to remove the gator, and the animal was cut when a plate fell to the ground during the chaos. No one else was hurt.
Aw.
Deputies say that gator pushed through a screen door before making its way through the living room, down the hall.
Pretended he was selling encyclopedias, and the woman opened the door and
I guess so.
And he bit her ankles.
Encyclopedias?
Yeah,
I'll tell you, he'd make a...
That's the one part of that joke you found a fault with? My pronunciation?
Well.
What about Joseph Callinger? Remember him in the 60s? He used to work around with his son, and he'd go door to door, and he'd be fixing things, and him and his son, he'd killed people, and then he cut off one of his son's penis and put it in a jar, and they'd rape and kill people. It was in suburban Philly.
Wow.
The shoemaker.
No. I never heard of him. Him and his son together?
Joe Callinger, yeah. And the other son he didn't like. He fell into disfavor. He cut his penis off and put it in a jar.
Oh. Did they ever make up after that?
Joe Callinger.
Yeah, right? Oh, Dad, come here.
I owe you an apology. You'll never go for what. You know exactly what it's for.
Hey, switching gears slightly here. Well, more than slightly. We have a priest that went bye-bye. He disappeared.
Yeah, this is such an odd little story.
Have you heard this one yet?
No.
Oh, my God. Listen to this.
This is Reverend Adelir Antonio De Carli, just moments before he set out on an ambitious journey to fly 465 miles using small helium-filled party balloons. The Brazilian priest was looking to break the record for most hours flying balloons. He was hoping to raise money for a spiritual rest stop for truckers. Now, more than a day later, rescue workers are...
A spiritual rest stop for truckers?
That story has so many things in it. You go, wait, what?
Yeah.
Where do you think
It's a glory hole where you can also receive communion.
You're back, Jimmy. You're back. Chicago's going to love you this weekend.
Oh, God.
That's a great line.
That's a great line.
Rest stop for truckers. Now, more than a day later, rescue workers are trying to figure out where he is. Port authorities say the last time they heard from him, he was calling to get help using a GPS device that was tracking his coordinates. Fire department officials say they're focusing their search on the southern coast of Brazil. Winds apparently had pushed De Carli about 31 miles off the coast when he last made contact. Pieces of his balloons were also found here. The parish treasurer says she's confident the priest will be found alive. In addition to being an experienced skydiver, she says he also had a floatable seat and a parachute with him.
What? Inspector Gadget.
These guys go like 18 to 20,000 feet in a chair, lifted by balloons.
I've seen those videos. Those are insane.
Years ago, the guy got down because when he wanted to go down, he had a BB gun. He just started shooting balloons until they took him down.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So
the
priest kind of disappeared.
Is that what he was in? I thought he was in like a regular hot air balloon.
I think he was in a regular hot air balloon, but he had these other gadgets. It looks like he had a chute to do a little skydiving. What do you know, Danny?
It was not a regular balloon.
Right?
Yeah, he was using like that stereotypical, kid floating away on a bunch of carnival balloons.
Oh, like a lawn chair?
Yeah,
like the lawn chair video?
Like something out of Mythbusters. And it was no basket. It was just pretty much exactly what you said, like a chair with like a harness on it.
Oh, my God.
And that's all he was using.
He's so dead.
I don't know about that. He's a skydiver, so he might have jumped out,
Just the fact that we're discussing this is asinine, but also, don't you think the minute they go like some other country besides America, you was like, who knows how they do stuff there? It's retarded.
Yeah. We got to go back to guns for a second. We got Ray from Westchester.
Guns.
A lovely lady. Ray, what's up?
Hi, I was just wondering if Anthony's going to get an underwater assault rifle to keep in his pool.
Yeah.
How much do you love her, by the way?
That's a tough one. I still got to figure out what I'm going to do when the pool goes in. When I'm in the pool.
To do.
Underwater assault rifle, like the SEAL teams use.
Yes. Or at least a harpoon, like a harpoon gun.
Oh, like a spear gun.
Yes.
Excuse me.
Okay. Yeah, then
good. These are all good suggestions.
That makes cleanup a lot easier because you can pull the person out of your pool.
That's true.
Not to profile, but you don't need to protect yourself in your pool.
Oh, okay. That's true.
Two places you're safe, the pool and the library.
Not known for swimming prowess.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
looking at the front page of the Daily News, Anthony, this carded thing, what is this about? News investigation finds porn passes sold to kids for X-rated website?
Yeah. You can buy these cards. They have dollar values. It's so you don't have to use a credit card to go to the site.
Oh, so I see like this hot blonde and kind of like a bikini, and it says $20. So
yeah, so then you could go to that site and spend $20
by punching in whatever number it is.
Yep.
On the back of the card or something like that.
So you don't need a credit card. And apparently, these things are being sold to children.
Where are they being sold to children?
They have a 15 and a 16-year-old.
When something is on the front page of a paper and they're saying this is being done, you got to assume that it's an epidemic, right?
Uh-huh.
Have you heard that this is actually going on, except for maybe some isolated cases?
Nope, I haven't. This is the first I've heard of it. Where do they buy those things?
Well, this is what pisses me off, and the papers do this all the time. The porn cards. These two kids, they were set up by the Daily News.
Oh, okay.
You know, this isn't really like just an epidemic. The Daily News,
an epidemic of teens hired by newspapers.
Right. The Daily News and the Post, they run out of things to write about, so they find these little, quote, like little loopholes, and then they make it a lot bigger than it really is.
Mm-hmm. Where'd they buy them?
Front page of the paper.
Front page of the paper, because the Daily News sent these two, youngsters in to get the cards. These two youngsters weren't going to go get the cards on their own.
No.
And tell you the truth, most youngsters don't even know this is going on, but they know now, thanks to the Daily News.
Why isn't that a crime, by the way, that the Daily News sent them in to get things for porn?
Yeah, I never understood that.
The media's
why
carte
that
blanche.
isn't a crime.
They do this all the time with all sorts of things. The papers and the TV shows,
Yeah.
It's not really a problem, but they just need some kind of outrageous story, so they're just wandering around looking for this stuff, and then they send in
sting
yeah,
operation.
then they send in test subjects and make a big deal out of it. Prepaid cards that unlock one of the raunchiest X-rated sites on the internet are being peddled by bodegas and newsstands across the city, even to underage kids, the Daily News has learned. The Daily News learned this because they did this.
They did it. They learned it.
Let's see. Since it's illegal to sell smut to minors, the cards are printed with an 18 and over warning, but an investigation by the News revealed that some merchants are willing to sell them to youngsters.
Ooh.
You're minors, right? One shopkeeper asked our test subjects, two boys aged 15 and 16, before pocketing their $10 and handing over a card for 14 days of access to a supposedly adults-only site.
$10 for 14 days?
Yeah. You're
That's
getting,
not bad.
You're getting nothing for that money. Who are you kidding? It was hardly the equivalent of selling an adolescent a copy of Playboy.
God.
If the boys had used the card, they would have ended up on a website rife with the rawest close-up photos and videos of sex acts, including intercourse and fetishes.
Oh.
What kind?
Stop.
I think this brings you to FoundryMusic.com.
Yeah.
After hearing that the cards were being sold to kids, we asked two teens, Tom, the son of a news editor, and his pal Graham, to visit 6 Manhattan spots that hawked them. 3 of the stores sold the cards to the teens, while the others refused.
So half of them did it. Not even all of them. 3 out of 6.
And I guarantee the kids were a little you know what I mean? You get in there, get a little pushy.
Yeah. Poor Tom and Graham. What are they going to have to watch now when they jack each other off? Little fairies.
Back under the porch.
So it was another dumb investigation.
That made front page.
That's why I love, these, they do it on just about every news broadcast now. They have that investigation team that goes out and just...
team of annoying bastards.
And they run around with their cameras and they try to get in your face because you're some idiot that maybe you're a carpenter that maybe you were...
Spent a little too long getting the job done. Perhaps you spent the deposit money and didn't return when you said you were gonna.
Right, and
you're a busy guy.
And these troubleshooters and troublemakers that do the local news.
Shame on you.
Shame on you's one here in New York, and they go out and they get
the problem solvers.
You see the finger? Shame
on you. So, You know, these people are brave, though, with the cameras.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then some of these people will get pretty rough and get back in their face. And, you know, I know these guys are scumbags to begin with, but I love when they, you know, push back. I love it. And there was a story we never got to because I think we were in New Orleans there. But the guy that threw a pipe at the guy as he's live.
Yeah, he was doing a live shot in front of the guy's house. And he's doing a story, and the guy just takes a piece of pipe and throws it at the reporter and clocked him, just nailed him.
Clocked him right in the back.
Great.
Live on TV. It was awesome. And then there was another reporter that was getting a little too nosy. And what was the story? You might even have it in the pile there where someone was, you know, up above and just poured a whole thing of water on her as she's on live TV.
That's a good one, too.
Well, if you're going to do that type of troubleshooting, you know, gig, you got to expect that these people are going to fight back.
They're not doing it to help. I don't even think
they're just doing it for ratings
and anything they don't know. It's for ratings. It's shock value. It's entertainment, and these people are entertainers. They're not out there looking for the hard-hitting news. And you know, when they get some guy that shoves back, it's not somebody, you know, interfering with the freedom of the press. It's some guy that you're hounding, whether it's deserved or not. You're hounding him, and he's snapping back. And if you get, you know, a fist in the face or a pipe thrown at you or water poured over you, you're put yourself in that situation. So
I agree.
Screw it. And I find that very entertaining. And I
it's a lot of fun to watch when they do fight back. I don't really care what they did to deserve the camera crew in their front yard, but
it's great when they go into some, like, you know, they get that guy in some really bad neighborhood that's performing liposuction in his basement. They always get that guy. They send the camera down there. Sir, we've heard that there have been people sent to the hospital. They go away. And they're talking through the crack in the door. And then they always get him leaving, hopping into the car. And they shove the microphone in the window as the guy just drives away. But, you know, who's paying money to get lipo done in a basement in Harlem?
Yeah, I'm not really worried about that.
No.
If you're that stupid, then, you know, have fun.
Shame, shame, shame on the people that went.
Shame on you.
What is that, all the shame on you things? What are some of the subjects? Shame on you, NYPD makes what? Makes Hall. I don't know what that is. School bullying, shame on you.
Here it is. Shame on you, the NYPD makes Hall. It's bad enough getting your car stolen in New York. Odds are it will never be recovered. Imagine if it was found by the police, but you weren't told for months.
Oh.
And then we're forced to pay a lot of money to get your car back. Shame on you, NYPD.
Shame.
The douche with the gay 70s porno mustache. I can't wait for someone to clock him over the head.
He's not Asa, is he?
Shame on you, school bullying. School bullying is a nationwide problem. New Jersey is one of a growing number of states that has an anti-bullying law. But Arnold Diaz, that's who he is.
Arnold Diaz, right.
Arnold Diaz, who hides behind his camera.
Yeah.
But Arnold Diaz found a group of current and former students of one middle school in New Jersey that say bullying is all too common there. Shame on you.
Shame on the school? Or shame on the bullies?
Shame on the parents for raising faggots.
Yeah. Or shame on the parents for raising the bullies.
The bullies there. Shame on you, insurance headache. Those proof of insurance ID cards we carry in our vehicles are important, especially if we're stopped by the police or involved in an accident. But imagine if the information on the ID cards is false and you don't know it. Shame on you.
On who?
I don't know.
I don't know who we're shaming.
The insurance ID card
people.
Why would we shame Federal Express?
Why?
An animal lover rescued a sick puppy from a Pleasantville animal groomer. Then she got stuck with a big vet bill.
Oh.
Shame on you.
Shame on the vet for saving the dog.
That's right.
Shame on that car for missing the animal.
Shame on you, Federal Express. An irate commuter called shame on you to complain about a Midtown street deliberately blocked during the height of morning rush hour.
Oh, because I've seen that. Federal Express, UPS trucks.
Well, they have to double park. You know, you don't mind if they're delivering your package.
Yeah, I'm sure
these guys got to deliver the packages. They don't have a choice. They don't have like a convenient spot right in front of the building that's just waiting for them.
Got to park like 18 blocks away to deliver your package.
Right, and if they're delivering your package, you don't care if they're blocking the rest of rush hour traffic.
Shame on you.
Who are we shaming there? Federal Express?
I have no idea who's being shamed on these segments.
How about thinner trucks? Why don't they get thinner trucks?
Wow. I don't think anyone's ever proposed that. That is pretty good.
Thinner trucks?
Thinner trucks.
Wow, I like that
Make
idea.
them a little longer.
You're higher. They're these big, fat, wide trucks.
Thinner trucks for
Manhattan.
For big cities like New York.
Odd and even buses. That's very interesting, Mr. Norton. Very interesting. The right man for the right job. I take the ball. Wow. Yeah. Well.
Here, listen to this douchebag. Shame on you, stealing money from
How about thinner trucks? It would block the road. Thinner trucks. That's very interesting, Mr. Norton.
I like the thinner trucks idea, though.
Yeah.
Shame on you, stealing money from a baby.
Oh.
In September, shame on you, first exposed the despicable crime committed by Sal.
Despicable Sal.
He had raised money at a job site to benefit a coworker's sick baby and then spent the cash himself.
Oh, scumbag. We know who's shamed there.
Yeah.
Wow, the guy then spent it on himself?
And he got the money from coworkers?
Oh, what a scumbag.
He's just stupid.
Oh, I needed the money.
Let's see.
Give Sal a break.
Rent a truck and you could be out of luck. The Shame on You team uncovers the dangers of some poorly maintained trucks being rented by U-Haul. CBS 2's Arnold Diaz reports.
I'm sure they took a hidden camera, rented the truck, took it to a mechanic, and he was like, oh, the brakes are dangerous. Look, the tires are bald.
Yeah.
Then they took it back, showed the guy at U-Haul.
Showed the guy the tape.
Some poor son of a bitch that just sits behind the desk renting these things.
Yeah, that has a wife at home that just bitches and complains. He's just trying to make a living.
You're renting unsafe vehicles? No. See, look at the tape I have from the mechanic showing bald tires and bad brakes. I can talk to you. Call the manager.
Yeah, because U-Haul trucks are falling apart all over the highways.
Ah, you see it all the time.
Just making this one poor guy's life miserable.
Shame, shame, shame.
Cabinet store shut down. Illegal modeling agency. It was quite a scene when the city's Consumer Affairs Department today shut down a notorious illegal modeling agency that Shame on You first exposed in June.
Oh, no. What happened, Opie?
Well, these places, I know that gag. They've been doing that one on TV forever.
Yeah.
These modeling agencies, you come in with your daughter or something, and then they're like, well,
we have to have sex with her.
Well,
oh no,
you're gonna have to,
shame on me.
You're gonna have to pay $500 to $600 as we take your pictures
headshots,
for your headshots, and then then these,
it's always pumping more money in, but then they don't do anything.
Right, because the girls aren't that hot to begin with.
So you think you're getting a movie audition or something like that, and they want, come on, take your top off, Coco, and you cry, come on, put your thumb in your mouth like a little girl. That's it, Coco.
Oh, yeah. That's very good. Put your thumb in your mouth, Coco. Like a little girl.
With her awful, what her nipples, her breasts look like black candy corns. That's what Irene Cara's breasts look like.
While this guy is screaming, they do have thinner trucks. BJ.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Hey, BJ.
Just so you know, Jimmy, they do have thinner delivery trucks. I've seen them, FedEx. They're like these short, little, skinny things.
Oh, okay. Where do they use them?
I mean, good idea, but they're one step ahead of you.
Do they use them here in Manhattan? I've never seen one.
I've never seen them in the city, but I have seen them around. So
I've never seen a short, thin truck. That'd be good therapy too.
I know. Well, keep an eye out for them.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys.
Let's go to Chris in the city. Hold on. Hold on, Chris.
Yeah. Businessman in Kentucky may face assault charges after he was videotaped choking and apparently attacking a TV news reporter, according to Local 6 news report in Kentucky, I gather. A news reporter from WAVE-TV in Louisville, Kentucky, was attempting to question the president of a company about an alleged pyramid scheme. Instead of an interview, the man allegedly grabbed the reporter by the throat and pinned him against the wall.
Do you have video of that?
Yeah.
Can we watch?
There's video. TV reporter choked and taped attack. Very good.
If you're going to attack someone, don't do it on camera.
Yeah, that's kind of stupid.
But well deserved.
Yeah. You know how it is with the web. You get the commercial first. Ooh. There it is. I have no sound because my computer stinks on ice. I asked for it to be fixed. Oh, and then somebody else attacks the camera. I saw the guy pinned against the wall, the reporter. Then somebody stopped Wow, he pinned him. That was an awful piece of video.
That was the worst video I've ever seen.
You saw it for 2 seconds. He had him pinned against the wall, and then I guess some of his cronies didn't want the guy videotaping his buddy pinning the news guy against the wall and wrestled the camera to the ground.
What Hawk?
What?
Oh, you got it on video already? The Irene Cara?
Yeah.
Wow, you're good. Let me see.
The Hawk rocks in the studio.
Those are candy corn. You're absolutely right. She has candy corn breasts.
Wow, those are the worst boobs I've ever seen.
Hey, man. She was always so bubbly and happy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Ugh.
Oh, my God. You see this story? There's a dwarf suing the state over falling from a sink. He's an ex-inmate, and he was trying to reach mirror to shave. Here's a picture of the dude.
Oh, jeez.
Picture of the dude. There you go.
The poor little guy fell down.
And he was trying to shave. He's got a beard.
Well, he didn't get the job done, and he's pissed off that he couldn't get a nice shave. Byron B.J. Roden never feared for his safety in Georgia's bare-knuckle
where did he
prison
earn
system.
that middle name? Perfect height.
He does have a flat head.
Yeah.
He went in with the middle name George. Byron B.J. Roden never feared for his safety in Georgia's bare-knuckled prison system, even though he's a dwarf.
Tough guy.
But in all right, so a slippery sink led to his downfall. Roden alleges in an ongoing federal lawsuit. Roden, who stands 4 feet 1 inches tall, has spent about 20 months in prison for dealing marijuana and possessing meth, according to state records.
Dealing dope. The guy can't even reach your car window.
It's the weed fairy. It's the weed fairy.
Nice.
He's a dwarf.
I'd love to see his little legs go when he's on
man.
meth.
What you need, player? What
You're
you
smoking
need?
his marijuana, and
What
you're
you
like,
need?
this has got to be good shit, because I'm not sure if this is a dwarf or not.
Yeah.
Why would you even pay
A black gnome just brought me my marijuana.
Why pay him?
When he hands you the pot, you go like this. Thanks. Get away from me. You'll leave.
What are you going to do about it?
In the lawsuit, Roden claims that in April 2004, a guard at the state prison in Jackson told him to shave. Roden told the guard he could not reach the mirror above the sink in his cell. The guard, according to Roden, told him to stand on the sink. Roden fell off the sink onto the cement floor in his cell, according to the suit. He injured his back in the fall. His back already undergone multiple surgeries as a result of the genetic disorder causing his dwarfism.
Well, what I want to know is, didn't that big midget ass save his fall? That large midget ass? He should have sat down. They get taller.
Disproportionately huge ass.
Roden said he's not sure how he slipped off the sink. The only thing I could think of, I shouldn't have been wearing socks standing up there.
Or maybe those big baby shoes they wear. Those large doll shoes they wear.
Doll shoes.
An inmate in an adjoining cell claims Roden is just running a scam on the prison system.
Of course.
Ronnie Fritz, in a deposition, said Roden purposely fell from the sink and that other inmates were cheering for him to beat the Department of Corrections. Roden, now 23, is trying to get his life back together. An aspiring rapper and songwriter known as Lil Dirty, Roden is enrolled in a media and audio production program at an Atlanta university.
So Jimmy calls his cock.
What?
Lil Dirty.
A lot dirty.
Roden doesn't shave these days. He now sports a full beard and mustache. He still bears the artwork of prison life. Tattoos cover his arms, including drawings of a Joker and SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yeah, he's gangster. He got the SpongeBob.
Yeah, watch him. Watch him in a joint.
So there you go.
That's a sad little story.
Oh.
Let's say hi to Big Daddy in Maine.
Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
What's up, Big Daddy?
I just wondering how you was talking about faggots. I was wondering how Fez and Opie were making out.
Well, we got Ron and Fez suspended this week, so far so good.
I thought they was on vacation.
Oh, they told you that, huh?
That old gag.
Yeah, that old gag.
Just wondering.
Well, now
First
you know.
time caller.
What?
First time caller.
No one cares.
Do we really care?
Okay. Well, thought you might want to know. Listen to you guys
We already know
every
it's stupid.
day.
It's on caller ID, and the 1 came up next to it.
That's right.
Excuse me?
We keep track.
We keep track because your number came up, and a 1 came up next to it. Meant you were the first time you were calling.
Oh, okay, cool.
Let's go to John in New York. John?
Yeah, good morning, boys.
Good morning,
Thanks
John.
a lot for saying so, John. How are you?
I'm okay. How you doing, little Jimmy?
Good, yeah, Dallas, right.
I believe the midget slipped because he slipped on Bob Kelly's splooge.
Oh, because Bob Kelly likes to have
On
sex
the
with
sink.
sinks.
Very good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good callback.
Very good, sir. Very good.
Right.
That was much better. All right.
Bob likes to have sex with sinks.
Oh, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah,
Is that what he calls them?
Huh?
Is that what he calls them?
He's talking about fucking sinks. He gets up there.
Did you guys hear about
puts
the
his hand in
man?
a certain way and pumps on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, usually the sinks that have that little, like, divot.
It's not really fucking a sink. It's fucking your hand as you lay over a sink so you don't got to clean up. It's more out of laziness.
No, he's sliding in and out. Because he explained how
Yeah, but he uses his hand.
Yeah, over the top. Get him on the phone.
I was assuming he would just take his hand and fuck his hand.
No. The sink is definitely more involved than...
Wow, really?
Than just being the catcher.
I misunderstood.
No, he's like...
Wow.
He's sliding the bottom part of his...
That's not an American standard.
Boner against the sink, and then he's using the hand.
Wow.
I believe.
All right.
Because he was talking about how some of the sinks have that little divot in front. And that...
What makes you think that's a good idea? I mean, what other household places do you have to jerk off into before you find the sink as the one you...
Stop doing that, though, like, very early age, where you're experimenting with, let me see if I can fuck everything. I'll just try to fuck anything to make it feel good.
That ottoman's been looking at me.
Yeah,
I'm going to drop a batch right in there between the cushions.
I know there's foam rubber in there. A little lube, I could probably fuck that. But, yeah, you get to a certain age, Bob Kelly, and he's fucking the sink, and he's in his 30s. That's a little sad.
That's a little much.
One of the stories that fell through the cracks, because we've been very busy on the show lately, is this little thing. This is a cute little story.
Yeah.
Listen to this.
I want to know what happened, because I can't believe it. After I went to have my baby, I went to deliver my baby, and then I came out of the hospital like this.
Claudia Mejia said after she gave birth to Matthew last spring, she was kept in the hospital with complications. 12 days after giving birth at Orlando Regional South Seminole Hospital, she was transported to Orlando Regional Medical Center in Orlando, where she then became a quadruple amputee. Now she cannot care for or hold her baby.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me?
What the hell happened?
A quadruple amputee?
She had a baby, and they chopped off her arms and legs.
She went home with a baby with no way to hold it.
Wow.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
Wow. How'd that happen?
I don't know. I guess
an all new house.
I guess you'll find out next on the Opie and Anthony show.
Oh.
Where were we before the break? The amputee thing?
Wow, you're good.
What happened?
Huh?
What happened?
Well, we're going to find out what happened.
She had a baby.
She had a baby. She went into a hospital in Florida, Orlando area. And she came out with a baby, which is what you want when you go into a hospital to give birth.
But she had to leave a few parts.
She had to leave both arms and both legs.
Wow.
This is what happened.
Brutal.
Yeah, I want to pick him up, and I can. He wanted me to pick him up sometimes, and I can't. And that's very hard for me.
Her 7-year-old George asked his mother over and over what happened to her. Neither she nor her husband had the answer.
I love her, so I'll always stick with her and take it a day at a time myself.
Oh
my God.
Jesus, this is a horrid story.
Oh my God.
What a nicer guy than I am, because I would dump you in a second. If you came home with no hands or feet, you're single. Have your friend type up an ad on Match.com for you.
It's not even just hands and feet, it's arms and legs. She's got like nothing.
Nothing.
Great.
Oh, I believe we all would accept maybe 1 out of the 4 missing, sure.
No way.
All 4, though? Come on.
Match.com. Looking for a left leg.
Lonely woman seeks anybody breathing. Have no arms or legs.
Oh, it's horrible.
Well, let's go to Max in Dallas. Max, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, boys?
Hey.
I just wonder if her husband's going to have to buy one of those double baby papoose things, you know, where you carry the baby on the back. one for the baby in the front, put her on the back. Or get one of those double strollers, you know, when people have twins. So put the baby in one and her in the other one. Or that
stroll mommy around.
How does she ever win?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, how does she ever win an argument again? I mean, no matter what's going on, all he has to do is just glance out the kitchen window at the pool, and she shuts her mouth.
Or sit side by side in respective car seats. All
right, Frunkus to you too,
Oh,
sir.
God. Oh, you're awful. She just, okay, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, you can't get lippy.
No.
Why would you get lippy?
The mental image that conjures up just the little glance out of the side of his eyes at the pool. You're horrid.
You want to find out what happened?
Yeah.
We will after. No, here it is.
The couple wants to know how she caught the streptococcus, the flesh-eating bacteria.
And why? I just want to know why this happened.
Her attorney, Judy Hyman, wrote Orlando Regional Healthcare Systems a letter saying, according to this Florida statute, the patient's right to know about Adverse Medical Incidents Act, the hospital must give her the records.
When the statute's named patient's right to know, I don't know how it could be clearer.
The hospital's lawyers wrote back, Ms. Mejia's request may require legal resolution. In other words, according to their interpretation of the law, Mejia has to sue them in order to get information about herself.
Jesus.
Is that?
Obviously, they're holding back something, a problem.
Yeah. Someone else in the hospital probably had it.
Yeah, they didn't take the right precautions.
And there was an oopsie involved.
Isn't the medical profession disgusting? You're just a disgusting group of human beings that they couldn't tell this woman what's going on.
Imagine the person that had it originally was supposed to be like quarantined, and then all of a sudden the nurse's aide goes, all right, I took care of...
She's helping deliver her baby.
I took care of Mrs. Huber. I put her in room 2. You didn't put her in...
what? No, we didn't clean that yet. It's got to be disinfected.
What?
She was the one whose face was eaten off. Oh.
Let's go to Frank in Brooklyn. Frank?
Hey, Frank.
Hey.
Hey, guys, that story's making me very sad. Linda's call cheered me up a little bit, but there's something missing, and I just want to be happy today. Punching out.
Are you trying to make me play the happy song? You can't make me play the happy song.
And I want to know is how do you get it on your hands and feet?
Yeah.
What did she do? Just walk down the hospital floor? Was she like scat dancing and putting her hands on the floor? Idiot. I don't know what scat dancing is. I just kind of made that up because I had a weak joke.
Just picture her doing cartwheels over syringes.
There you go. Thank you. That's what a real joke sounds like. That was the direct I fired out. Cartwheels, absolutely brilliant. I'm doing comedy 17 years, and I can't think of where else your hands and feet would touch together. You're hungover and you pull that out of your ass.
Yeah, he's not even here officially today.
At least I got one in. I can't talk. Oh, God.
You got a single up the middle there, Ant.
I really, really screwed up last night. God, I hate when I do this. Doesn't happen often.
You don't look too good. You all right?
I am really...
I've never seen your eyes look heavier in my life.
I felt better when I first came in than I do now.
You got those Italian heavy eyelids.
Yeah.
To begin with, but today they're like...
I could just do the show like this. My eyes are shut right now.
Yeah.
And hold on.
I want to kiss you.
I could just nod off.
All right,
I just took a little nap.
Let's get to the end of the story here.
Oh.
She says not knowing exactly why this happened is unbearable. She only hopes she'll be able to soon answer her little boy's question, what happened?
He told me every day, Mom, why did the doctors... What happened? What happened? I want to know what happened.
Wow, she can't even say it. Why did the doctors cut off your arms and legs? Oh.
Do we have anything more on this story? Obviously, it's an older story if the kid's asking questions.
Poor little kid. Mommy, could you bounce me on your knee? Okay, let's go to the dumpster by the hospital.
He's doing this in his sleep today.
The thing is, though, is the 7-year-old kid, what happened is probably not the one that she gave birth to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's not that old a story.
All right.
How long ago was this, Dan?
Let me get Danny on mic here. Danny.
Well, she gave birth in the spring, but the whole legal process with the hospital going back and forth, that was just released recently.
All right, let's say hi to Kevin on the Long Island Expressway. Kevin, what's up?
Morning, boys.
Good morning, Kevin.
This lady is never going to get the information. She cannot sue them.
Why?
She doesn't have a leg to stand on.
That old gag, but it still gets a chuckle.
It certainly does.
It still gets a chuckle.
It certainly does.
You did not go there.
It certainly does. I mean, what would she have any input in financial situations? Like, she might go, look, I want this money put toward this, and he might just go, you know what, and then put her on the linoleum and spin her and walk out of the room.
I don't know why I find this funny. That's horrific.
It's just silly things you could do to Mom.
It's funny because we don't know them.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
I hear one of the lawyers for the for the hospital is English.
Yeah.
And he's not threatened at all because she seems harmless. Another old gag.
Let's say hi to Bill on Long Island. Bill.
No hands.
How's it going, guys?
Hey.
Did you notice that reporter's name was Judy Hyman?
Was it really?
I thought her...
her last name was Hyman, I believe.
I thought it was a lawyer.
And second off, did you ever see that cartoon on Adult Swim, The Oblongs?
The Oblongs. She looks like one of them, right?
Yeah, there's the father. He has no arms or legs. He was just a being or something, and he's a fully functional parent and everything.
What is the oblong cartoon all about?
It's about
I know, Judy.
And he fell right in.
Neighbors say Angela Delaney and her husband Paul had a turbulent relationship. The View expected her to land behind bars. She's accused of allegedly planting wasps in his truck, wasps he's allergic to. Tonight we knocked on his door. He saw us but did not want to talk. Investigators say she or someone else put the potentially deadly creatures in a soda can, left it in his truck. He got inside and turned on the heater. The wasps flew everywhere. Her husband wasn't the only one inside the truck. With him, their 18-year-old daughter and 12-year-old son.
Nice.
All of them made a run for it. Investigators, this isn't the first time the woman tried to kill her husband.
Wow. With a wasp.
Bunch of lawyers.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestants in a soda can? My God.
My God.
How did he not notice that giant soda can?
The future.
The future. Wasps will be in soda cans. What the hell is that? Wow, what a bitch.
Well,
with the kids in the car?
Granted, what a bitch, but what did this guy do?
My young son in the car.
You got to look at it from both angles here. I wonder what the guy did that she went to this extreme.
Adultery.
Or she just nuts. Yeah, but what kind?
What do you mean?
Maybe her sister.
Her face in the pillow? What do you mean?
No, her sister, her mother, her stepdaughter. It sounds like this is...
A woman scorned, it sounds like.
We talk about this all the time. We love these stories because we all know it starts with that wedding song, that just nice wedding song, and then just ends with something horrific.
The time of my life. And you're dancing with your girl at the wedding.
Fast forward, you're putting wasps.
You're putting wasps that will kill him in the car. That's it. How many years went by? Did they say how long they were married?
Well, there were some kids that were up there, so that they were married for a while.
Where did it go from the end of the night?
Right.
It's up to you, New York, New York. With all the bridal party doing the kick line. And all right, have a good honeymoon and everything. All right, how could I kill my husband?
And then time, 1990, 1991, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98. And it leads to wasps.
Collecting deadly wasps in a soda can. I have to kill this bastard.
I'll get this bastard.
What happened to Daddy's little girl and dancing with your father? And
all starts.
That's why weddings. That's why weddings are just crap. There it is. Oh, look, and here's the people sitting at the table. Oh, look, they're dancing.
Oh, look at the happy
couple. I wonder what they're whispering in each other's ears. Look, they're giggling to each other. Oh, it's so... They're in love. You could see it in their face. They are in love.
Fast forward 12 years.
Everybody.
Kill this son of a bitch. I'll kill him. How do you get wasps into a soda can?
I was just thinking, like, I pictured tweezers.
Yeah.
Like, what is she doing?
How do you calm wasps down enough to shove them into a
Get into a soda can.
Stephen from Bayshore. Of course, he's always good for one. 1 minute you're dancing to Always and Forever. Next thing you know, there's a hornet's nest in your cornflakes. We love this scenario. One of our favorite ones on this radio show because it all starts with that wedding song, and we do the bit every once in a while to the people that are in hell out there.
Yeah.
You know, what horrific thing is going on in your life now, and what was your wedding song?
What was your wedding song?
That started it all. It's a great bit.
I love the idea of just taking that moment, the wedding,
yeah,
and then the attempted murder, and just eliminate the middle. Just take all that crap out of the middle and look at each of those side by side.
Yeah.
What a contrast.
Oh, it's great, isn't it?
Our love will last forever. Your husband and kids are running out of the car because deadly wasps are chasing them because you hate this man now. You hate him.
Oh, we could take a few calls after the break. If you want to play, it's really easy. You got to tell us what your wedding song was, and we play a little of the wedding song, and then you tell your horrific tale.
My love, I never... Where's a wedding song?
You need a wedding song?
Yeah.
All right, give us a wedding song there, E-Rock. Everyone has their camcorders out.
Why not? They're looking into each other's eyes with nothing but love.
Nothing but love. Thinking of the possibilities, thinking of their future together.
Aww.
What are they going to name their first kid?
Oh, this is so wonderful.
They can't wait to get on their honeymoon to do some of that effing.
You have the chicken or the steak tonight? I'll have the chicken, please. Thank you. Look at them. They are just so... Fast forward.
Filthy whore! I know tomorrow will still be the same.
A Negro.
Couple of very beautiful girls, huh? Show me with your mouth. Show me with your mouth.
3 days.
Special. Aww.
You'll do what we tell you to do, you dirty, low-down slut.
I was only joking.
Wasting your time with a black.
What the heck are you guys doing? Trying to ruin my life and make me...
Hello, exactly! You have something to say. I have something to say. All right, so let's just talk.
Would you rubs the lotion on its skin or else it gets the hose again?
Just horrors.
All right, guys, we had fun.
Yes, we did.
I have a good sign-off.
Yeah?
Oh, okay.
It's been real, it's been nice, but it hasn't been real nice.
No.
Okay. That wasn't a joke. That was... Somebody said that when I was very young.
Does anybody remember laughter?
No. My friend said that. I thought it was like the coolest thing when I was like fucking 13. Someone said that. I was like, wow.
Did he say it all sarcastically? Hey.
I don't remember. He's the same guy that used to say, you think you're hot shit on a silver platter, but you're really cold piss on a paper plate. I thought he was like really fucking cool.
He was the cool guy then. 8.
Come and visit with a nigger Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m.
Shamika Floyd is talking about the sign she saw on the side of Watson Boulevard Saturday night.
Hey. Shocked, just dumbfounded, just in disbelief that someone would actually put that up on a billboard. Even who would believe
that, someone would actually do that. Joking or not joking, it's not funny. It was really hurtful.
It's better than what they used to put up on a billboard.
Absolutely.
Oh, well, what sign said,
"Come and visit with the niggers"? Probably a vandal.
It was a restaurant.
Oh, it was?
Yeah. It was supposed to say this.
The general manager of Piccadilly Cafeteria, Keith Robinson, says someone sabotaged his sign late Saturday night.
Sabotage.
Each week we have a cartoon character, to help the community, bring the kids out. Kids can have a good time, make a good, safe environment. It just upsets me that someone would take that and twist it.
Thursday, this sign read, "Come visit
Come sit with a
Tigger."
nigger.
But the manager says somebody stole the N from this side of the sign and spelled out the racial slur on the other side.
We are diverse in town. That's what really upsets me the most, that someone is that sick to do something like that. Like I said, I really feel like, in the sense that we are really victims of this situation. It just appalls me.
Look, I understand. First of all, did you notice how they got a black girl to say nigger so they didn't have to say it to fucking cowards in the media?
Yes.
And second of all, now vandalism, like some prank, even though it's tasteless, is news.
Yeah.
It's like it's like if someone screams "queer suck" or spray paints it somewhere. That's newsworthy.
It's a dopey. Yeah, kids saw the sign. If you're walking past the sign and you see "Come visit with Tigger," and then you look at the other side, and you see a big N just glowing at you.
Yeah.
As a kid making a prank, you're gonna go, "Hey, this would be kind of fun." It's not like the Klan decided to make plans to go down and change the sign around.
That's such an obvious one. They should have had a basket full of ends, and the sign should have said, "Take ends here." How do you not go with that? It's a great prank.
I got a quickie.
A 10-year-old girl is arrested and charged with assault and battery after a brawl inside a Dorchester Target. Police...
It went by really fast. This is a 10-year-old girl.
Girl.
Oh, you did hear that part? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
sure.
good.
That's what got my dick hard.
A 10-year-old girl is arrested and charged with assault and battery after a brawl inside a Dorchester Target. Police say the fight broke out when a 22-year-old woman accidentally bumped into the young girl. Witnesses say the victim was kicked over and over in the head and stomach.
That just saddens me, I guess, that to hear something like that, to know that violence is the first reaction to something so minor.
Target says it's working with Boston police to help resolve the matter. The victim was treated and released from a Boston hospital. As for the young girl, she faces criminal charges.
10?
How do you beat up an adult?
10-year-old beat up a 22-year-old.
How does a 22-year-old let a 10-year-old beat you up? Oh. Dorchester.
She's 10 in ghetto years.
Yeah, I know.
That's got to be
a little different.
She's probably in kindergarten.
Age him like...
Yeah, what they didn't say is that 22-year-old lady, stepped on two of her babies, the 10-year-old's babies.
Yeah, what
happened? Mama bear and all.
Step on my baby, my child. That's my child.
Ghetto years is a real thing, by the way. It really is.
All right, we'll sneak one more in. We got hoaxers mailing letters informing people they have STDs.
Ha those wacky hoaxers.
Let's see what this is all about.
Jimmy would just be like, yeah, I know.
What two city residents found here was worse than a bill. Much worse. A letter from the health department informing them that they had a sexually transmitted disease. But it is a hoax.
But appear to be on health department letterhead notifying them that they could have been exposed to an STD. And so we just want to be certain they're aware that these are not from the health department.
In fact, the letter is riddled with misspellings and errors, using terms like certified public health agent.
Do you have a certified public health agent?
No.
That's not even a phrase you would use?
No.
Obviously, they knew it was fake. You had to ask her that. Not a phrase you would use.
And they fucked up because they made the health department from AIDS roads. I knew that would get nothing. Please tell me.
It'll get something.
Oh, I was hoping the audience had left.
No, they're still there, Jimmy.
I was hoping there was just no one here to enjoy that, Jim.
All right. Shame. This is a really good story. Where's Sam? Because he pulled this and he could give us a little inside scoop. But basically, is this Arnold Diaz and his dumb mustache?
Yeah.
He's the shame on you guy. We play the shame on you clip when Jimmy bombs every once in a while. We give the where's that shame on you clip? I want to play it now for everybody. And what? He changed networks there, Sam?
Yeah, I think so. Because at some point he changed from "Shame on You" to "Shame, Shame, Shame."
Wait.
It's a similar jingle.
It was shame, 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 shame on you.
Right.
Yeah.
But so now it just goes shame, 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 shame.
No, it goes shame, shame, shame.
Oh, right.
That's it?
Shame, shame, shame.
Well, I need the original Shame on You clip so we have a reference point, but I can't find it.
Hold on. E-Rock and all his athleticism has burst into the room and is quickly rifling through. Right. There he goes.
Shame on you!
By the way, I don't like the fact that Eric always walks like he's exasperated and on his way to do important tasks. Right now, he's just running in there because he's afraid flies are mating on his baloney. Creep. What a creep. He always runs in like, all right, guys, what's going on?
Chop.
Task at hand.
All right, so now it's just shame, shame, shame.
Right.
And he went to a bakery?
Yeah, there's a bakery in Greenwich.
Greenwich, Connecticut, Greenwich...
Yeah, Greenwich, Connecticut.
Greenwich, Connecticut, really?
Oh, yeah.
Actually, I believe that.
Yeah.
I drove through there recently. It is awfully white.
Yeah.
And you know they have meetings.
Is that where Letterman lives?
You know they have after-hour meetings.
Letterman lives in Greenwich.
He lives in... Well, I know where he lives.
Do you?
Yeah, because I'm a stalker of David Letterman.
Where Vince McMahon lives, too.
Vince lives in Greenwich?
Yeah.
All right, so the bakery is making drunken Negro face cookies.
Yes.
And that's what they're calling them.
Yes. They're like chocolate cookies, and they have little cherry eyes, and then big stretched-out chocolate noses, and big stretched-out chocolate lips.
Oh, the drunken Negro cookies.
Drunken Negro face.
Oh, yeah, those are delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's You know, my sister makes a fine treat from time to time. She's known for her cheesecakes at F.H. Riley's. My brother's restaurant in the heart of Huntington Village. I'll be there this weekend. I might have to tell her about these drunken Negro face cookies.
Obviously, they're getting a lot of publicity.
Dude, it looks like a third grader made this.
That's horrendous.
I was excited. I thought I'd see a work of art. This thing is awful.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the shame, the drunken Negro face cookies. And Arnold Diaz and his pedo mustache.
He attacks the tough targets. So this guy gets things done.
He sure does, Jimmy.
While much of America celebrated Barack Obama's inauguration, one Greenwich Village baker marked the occasion with this controversial cookie.
You know, the guy was celebrating too. He just did it a little differently.
Drunken Negro face cookies. That's what Ted Kefalinos, the owner of the well-known Lafayette French pastry.
I thought the Negro should be celebrated, so I made cookies with little red eyes. That's all I have.
How are the cookies selling, Ted?
Very well. You should enjoy one of my Jew cakes.
You have Jew cakes.
I certainly do. Very inexpensive ingredients and a giant nose on them.
What's in your Jew cake?
I don't know, Gregory. I haven't thought this one through. I was attempting to wing it, but I'm too tired.
Well, we still have a couple hours to go, so maybe we will.
I wouldn't keep my hopes up very high. No, this is as good as it's going to get for Ted. I'll probably just repeat drunken-faced Negro cookies many times.
Can you send the picture of the drunken Negro cookies, please?
You should try my Ethiopian cakes.
Yeah.
You open up the cake box and nothing falls out. Swinging in this, Ted.
Oof. And for everybody following me on Twitter, Opie Radio, you're going to get a picture of the drunken Negro face cookies in a few moments here.
I can't wait.
Yes.
Are you on Opie's Twitter?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I threw him a bone. I'm technically following Sam.
You like to stay updated.
No, I just threw you a bone. You watch your name get off that list by Monday.
No.
I also threw Big A bone. I'm following him for a little while. But he's just annoying with his food updates and where he's dropping off passengers.
You'll notice that everywhere he stops, there's like the cops are finding. That's how they're going to track all the prostitutes being slaughtered. They're just going to follow that idiot's Twitter account. I stopped off and help the Lord. And they'll find just a leg with a stocking and a skew shoe sticking out of a dumpster.
Oh, is he a ghoul?
He really is. I have a picture of him when I was doing my book signing, and he would come with a megaphone, and he was wearing a tuxedo.
I was there,
and
Jimmy.
he's just a disaster.
It was hilarious.
He's just a mess.
It was hilarious. All right, Drunken Negro face cookies.
The owner of the well-known Lafayette French pastry shop calls his inaugural creation.
He said to me, would you like some drunken Negro heads to go with your coffee? I didn't know what to say, and then he continued to say they're in honor of our new president. He then continued on to say he's following the same path as Abraham Lincoln. He will get his.
Wow.
What a dope.
Wow, they always say, bad publicity is good for you. Any type of publicity is good. I don't know in this case.
What an idiot! Like I don't mind a good drunken faced Negro cookie. Goes nicely with certain beverages.
Yeah.
White wine.
Yeah.
But what are you doing with assassination references while you're selling drunken black cookies on Black President Inauguration Day? What a dope.
What a dope is right, Jimmy. Here we go.
In Style magazine mentioned Lafayette Bakery as a celebrity favorite. Its cakes have reportedly been used on Sex and the City and in a Spike Lee film. As for his inaugural cookies, the baker says,
I call them drunken Negro heads. What's the problem with that?
And on Tuesday, he says he temporarily changed the name.
It was the inauguration, so I thought it would be cool to say it Obama heads.
Obama heads.
I just changed it for the day.
This is the dumbest business owner I've ever heard about.
He's trying to be, I'm the guy who will say anything like, hey, I don't follow convention.
Right.
But it's like, what do you expect to happen when you have, it's not like it looks like Obama, or it doesn't even look like a black guy. It looks like Mr. Potato Head if he had Down syndrome. Yeah. It's just a black thing with like big lips. It doesn't even look like a person.
But he didn't even try. That's awful.
It's a drunken Negro face.
Cookie.
Called the baker now defends his Lincoln comment. What do you mean he's going to get his Lincoln
theater tickets?
Oh, wow. This guy is in deep trouble.
Yeah, or maybe he has a big tall hat.
This guy's going to get a little visit.
Yeah.
He denies using the N-word or wishing for President Obama the same fate as Lincoln.
Lincoln, I think, was from Illinois, right?
Right.
Okay, so there you go. He was following the footsteps of Lincoln.
You know what? What happened to your bravery? What happened to your bravery?
This guy
what an ass.
stinks.
Why don't you back up your cute little joke now that there's a camera in front of you?
Do you know how badly I wanted?
Loser.
I wanted to be on this guy's side so badly.
Right.
I wanted to be on his side.
Why though?
Because I think he's phony. I'm listening to him. What he is he's an obnoxious douche, and he's trying to be obnoxious, but he won't just. You're like, hey, what's the problem? But he full well knows what the problem is.
Sure.
It's like, don't be a child about it. You know what the problem is. Don't try to be like, hey, guys, I'm just doing my thing. Because if you're purposefully trying to be controversial, then at least say you're trying to be controversial. Don't go, hey, what's the problem? I'm just doing the, it's like we know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's very obvious. The baker says the cookies are not racist.
Yes.
As for the cookies themselves, with the
I want to know if they taste good.
Are they open right now?
They're in Greenwich, though.
Yeah. Oh, Greenwich, Connecticut, not Greenwich.
Yeah,
Okay.
Maybe someone could bring some I'm sure he's not making them anymore.
Oh, that's probably explain why they did. There's no blacks that live there. I thought it was Greenwich Village.
That's what I'm saying. It's real brave to do it in Greenwich where there might be four fake black guys. I grew up with fake black guys.
Yeah.
There's real black guys like Malik, and then there were the black guys I grew up with.
But then you get black guys like Patrice, which is like there's real, Patrice is like, all right, we know you are.
Yeah,
black guy.
Right.
Not a fake black guy.
Right.
As for the cookies themselves, with the exaggerated features and the objectionable name, don't you think it...
Wait, they're saying it's Greenwich Village, not Connecticut, you dummy, Sam.
They said on the report Greenwich, Connecticut.
Oh, boy. Maybe then Cassius on the phone is a dummy.
Can we at least ask Cassius? I don't want to diss Cassius.
Cassius.
Hello there, guys.
Hi, Cash.
They said right at the beginning of the report, it says Greenwich Village. Everybody...
I think you're right, Cassius.
So let's get some...
Thank you, Jimmy.
Yes, Danny.
Yeah, I think it is Greenwich Village. I'm on the Arnold Diaz blog.
Wow.
He finished.
What do you get on the Arnold Diaz blog?
Not much, apparently, besides a picture of the drunken Negro face cookie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it does say that it's the Greenwich Village Bakery. I won't give the name out, but it does say Greenwich Village. So.
Well, then I think we know where intern David's going to be.
David, go get us some of these cookies, all right?
Are they open right now? They should be open. Bakeries.
Yeah.
Get David the directions, and then David.
You go get some of those, David. Where is the place? We'll tell you off the air. We're trying to do a radio show. Jesus.
He really is a boob.
All right, he's saying they're not racist cookies.
As for the cookies themselves, with the exaggerated features and the objectionable name,
don't you think it's like promoting racism?
No.
To say drunken Negro? I mean, isn't that an unflattering portrait?
Drunken Negro face cookie.
It just seems like you're singling out black people, making a cookie that has a very unflattering face on it with an unflattering name.
It's not unflattering.
It's not?
No, it's not.
Look at it.
I think it's a fun face.
This guy is so out of touch with the difference between being like edgy and honestly edgy and just being a douche who doesn't know how to defend that he's being a douche. This is one of those dummies who just will put his foot in his mouth. He'll drop an N-bomb and go, "Wait, black people could say it. Why can't I?" And then he'll wonder why he's having his teeth kicked in. He's a stupid man. I want one of those cookies badly.
We gotta at least try it.
Yeah, my fat average body.
The cookies are just for fun. This is just for fun, everybody.
Yeah, it's just, you know.
The baker gets inducted into the Hall of Shame. Oh, you don't want that to happen. This is Arnold Diaz. He doesn't take any prisoners.
Dude, the song is terrible because I keep waiting for the shame on you, and it goes, shame, 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 and I'm like,
he says the cookies are a caricature and a work of art. He says no one got upset about the dead geese bread he baked after the recent plane crash.
You know what?
The dead geese bread
that he did after the plane crash.
Now it would be acceptable humor for most people. I'm sure some people think this is hilarious, whatever. I don't have time for you, to be honest with you.
I will say this. If he does this all the time, like if he always has an obnoxious cookie,
right?
Like if he has Jews or Asians or he trashes tragedies like that, then it's fine with me.
But he could just say, well, we always kind of capitalize off that stuff. He doesn't have to go in and say, no, it's for fun. There's no reason to be offended.
That's true.
All right, let's listen.
Way to play devil's advocate, Sam. Touche.
Wow. Where can we listen to your radio show? My God. We got new competition. Oh.
He says the cookies are a caricature and a work of art. He says no one got upset about the dead geese bread he baked after the recent plane crash.
Let me venture a guess. It's because geese don't go into the bakery and buy cookies.
Yeah.
You idiot. I can't believe that the N-bomb cookies are not doing well when my mouse with brain cancer cakes were very big sellers. You're a fool.
This guy is a fool.
He says the cookies are a caricature and a work of art. He says no one got upset about the dead geese bread he baked after the recent plane crash.
You don't think black people would like this portrayal of them on the cookie, do you?
Yeah, they did. They actually, I asked people who come here on a regular basis. I got both sides of the fence.
The bakery owner says he's not prejudiced.
My brother-in-law, he's Cuban. So, you know, I mean...
Oh, that excuse. We've all used it. Hey, I got black friends.
Oh, my brother-in-law, he's Cuban.
Cuban.
You're really reaching. You're really reaching.
Brother-in-law, he's Cuban. So, you know, I mean, you know, I like everybody. You know, as long as they buy. For me, it's just a fun thing. That's all it was. And anybody who says anything else is basically should be ashamed of themselves.
No, we think the shame belongs to him.
Oh.
So to our Fox 5 Hall of Shame, we induct Ted Kefalinos.
Shame on...
Now it's just shame.
Oh, Ted Kefalinos. Was he Greek?
That sounds Greek, right? What?
Capellino?
Oh, Kefalinos.
Whatever.
Iraq, you obviously frequented that place many times. What nationality is this man?
Yeah, you like their cookies? You know all the bake shops in New York.
We're getting some right now. I haven't tried them yet.
Should be good. You broke the mic. You broke the mic, Iraq. Okay. What are you doing? We're treating it like it's a scale.
You're always so uncomfortable.
I know.
That's what I walk into. I'll just sit and make myself at home.
You know, I am impressed, though. You've come a long way. I miss the days where we would just throw a little jab at you and you'd break down and cry. We have an update on a story we brought you Friday. You missed a great story on Friday, Anthony.
We brought you. Yes, I've been getting. I know what story you're going to talk about. I think anyway. I've been getting little inklings and things about this story, but I don't know anything about it. People have decided that I would appreciate it.
Sean from North Carolina. Virginia Tech needs one of those blank days without a killing signs.
Like on construction sites?
Yeah.
50 days without an accident?
Yeah. It's the drunken Negro face cookie follow-up.
I don't know what this is.
Well, there's this dope that runs a bakery down in the Village here in New York City. He thought it'd be really funny to have drunken Negro face cookies in honor of Obama becoming our president.
But I don't get drunken. What does that have to do with it?
Dumb name.
Oh, okay.
They look like black people, supposedly, but it's just...
Yeah.
Dan, you got a picture you can bring up? It's terrible.
Yeah, it's just... Look at that. Look at the cookie. It's just horrendous. It looks like...
That's scary.
It looks like a cookie, maybe a 5-year-old would make. You let the kid bake a little bit with you. That's what they would come up with.
It looks like those pictures of those deformed children that you find sometimes.
It's horrible.
They're like got gummy eyes and...
Like the cleft lip kids that they show you on the subway?
Yeah. Ugh.
Guy was trying to be outrageous, got caught.
Oops.
Supposedly he makes outrageous, bakery items from time to time.
Oh, is he one of those where you can make the, the penis-shaped cakes and stuff? Oh,
more like stuff, yeah, go ahead.
He said nobody complained when he made dead goose bread the week before.
What is that?
In honor of the...
in honor of Flight 1549.
Yeah.
Oh, he just likes running with the news stories, doesn't he?
Yeah. So... The follow-up, he's getting some death threats, and if he was a radio show, he'd be so fired. So fired.
At Lafayette French Pastry, Ted Kefalinos' phone is ringing off the hook.
We African Americans, dude. You're making fun of us.
Huh? Is he Greek?
Yeah. Ted the Greek.
Ted the Greek.
African Americans, dude. You're making fun of us. Your shop will burn to the ground tonight.
Ted is getting death threats now for this cookie that people call racist, hurtful, and ignorant. And the name is what puts this pastry over the top.
I call them drunken Negro heads. What's the problem with that?
Okay. What's the problem with that?
Well, there's a bunch of problems.
Yeah, it could be a couple of problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. I call them drunken Negro heads.
But when you listen to him talk, he's aggravating.
Yeah.
He's an aggravating guy. He's not saying, hey, I was just trying to be funny. What's the problem?
I'm funny joke man. I make the funny.
Do we have a picture of him, Danny, the guy? I'd love to see what this creep looks like.
Imagine he looks just like the cookie.
I know. And
that's why he's so angry.
and his uncle's name, it looks like his uncle's name was Drunken Negro Head. It's a really weird, like the island of Lesbos.
It's just a commemorative thing he's doing for his family.
Yeah, his uncle.
That's one of my favorite clips, by the way. I'm proud to be a lesbo.
A lesbian.
Maybe we can find that. Here's the second half of the story. This is the update on the drunken Negro head cookies.
Now the community is calling for a boycott. Carol says even with Ted's apologies, she just can't shop here anymore.
Okay, no, I'm not going here. Okay, that's enough. I couldn't.
I'm speechless. I don't know what to say.
Ted says he is truly sorry. He says in the spirit of Martin Luther King, he'd like to be forgiven for his mistake.
Seriously, and from the bottom of my heart, it was an innocent design that I created, and it was nothing more than just a piece of art. That's it.
Art.
All right, the guy's a douche, but I won't shop there despite his apology. Can we send somebody down there to buy something at his bakery?
People are really phony, is what it is.
Yeah.
When they say that, it's like, what did he do? Oh, well, then I'll never shop there. It's like, shut up.
You think Reverend Al, is this a big enough story for Reverend Al?
No. The guy put out a dumb friggin' cookie thing that people found offensive. So what?
They're horrendous looking.
Who cares? I'm offended on it. Not offended. But like, I see things that I could be offended about on a daily basis. You just walk by, thicken up, shut your mouth. What?
When you said there's things you're offended by, the first thing I thought of was Seal and Heidi Klum.
Yeah, oh, okay. People are just too oversensitive these days, with especially race. I think where it comes in. I don't. You know something. Again, the double standard. If it's the other way around, and there's some kind of anti-white, or even if you delve into the European race, where you got an anti-German or Italian or whatever thing, it would go unnoticed.
I think the problem
no one noticed.
I think the problem we had when we were discussing this on Friday, the guy was just an ass.
Yeah, the guy's an ass.
It really bothered us that he was just an ass.
He was annoying. He was like trying to be outrageous.
Thinks
but he
he's funny and outrageous. He's just being stupid.
And now he's backpedaling because now he knows his business is at risk. But like, why don't you keep making the cookies?
Yep.
Let's see how brave you really are, buddy.
Yep.
They did have him on tape saying, they're in honor of our new president. He's following in the same path of Abraham Lincoln. He will get his.
Yeah, he did say that.
Was it on tape?
Yeah, that was in the interview.
Oh, yeah, we played that on Friday.
No, but I did
His cookies? Did he mean that?
Yeah, probably.
We didn't. No. That was alleged by a woman. He didn't. We don't have. There's no tape of him saying.
Of him actually saying that?
He said he meant he's following in the footsteps. There's no tape of him saying he'll get his.
That's how it was reported on Friday.
A quote on here says, "Would you like some drunken Negro head cookies with your coffee? They're in honor of our new president. He's following the same."
Yeah, that's
path."
the woman who said he said that. He may have. There's no tape of him saying that.
This is a weird little story. Coach was fired. There was a high school basketball coach. He was fired. The reason he was fired was because his team won the game 100-0.
100 zip.
So the school. This is the whole sportsmanship crap that is happening with. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, it sounds like a South Central against Connecticut.
Well, yeah.
And the opposing coach, David Patterson, had to explain why he was having all of his players throw the ball into the bleachers, why he was putting cheerleaders in as the center.
Let me read a paragraph or two, and let's see if this is justified. It's that whole sportsmanship thing that is ruining this country as far as sports programs go. Dallas, the coach of a Texas high school basketball team that beat another team 100-0, was fired yesterday. The same day, he sent an email to a newspaper saying he will not apologize for a wide margin victory when my girls played with honor and integrity. So it was a girls' basketball game. They won 100-0.
Who cares about that?
What was the guy supposed to do? Take all his players off the court and let them score a basket? Why are you going to apologize for that?
How do you play? I don't understand how you win. Were they playing like a special school? You can't win 100-0. Me against the Lakers. The whole team against. I would score 2.
Well, yeah, at least get one basket.
Kyle Queel, it looks like, the headmaster for Covenant School, said in the Dallas Morning News Online edition that he could not answer if the firing was a direct result of Coach, can't pronounce his name, email disagreeing with administrators who called the blowout shameful.
Maybe the opposing team had all synced up. Girls do that. Maybe they all had that. The court looked like a bingo card. What are we playing on here? Strawberry Field?
Yeah. They keep coming out and mopping.
Oh my God!
Team, only basketball court that needs a Zamboni.
That's funny.
There's a Christian thing happening here. It is shameful and an embarrassment that this happened. This clearly does not reflect a Christ-like and honorable approach to competition.
Christ-like?
Yeah. You know what? This coach, this coach is better off.
Yeah.
That they fired him. Who wants to deal with that crap?
The more important question is, did the one who lost 100-0 get fired?
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's the one that should be looking for a job.
Right. It wasn't Christ-like.
Yeah. He crucified the other two.
Yeah, exactly.
I told him that.
It's funny. They were all shooting balls like they had holes in their hands.
The coach, who has been criticized for letting the game get so far out of hand, made it clear in the email yesterday to the newspaper that he does not agree with his school's assessment. Good for him, man.
Yeah.
Enough of the dumb sportsmanship. You learn a little bit. Maybe half these girls will learn, well, I suck at basketball. I'm going to go try something else.
How about practice a little more, maybe, and figure out what went wrong, that you lost 100-0, and don't do it again. Oh, kids will never learn when they're just given this opportunity to just fail with impunity.
Right.
Oh, and then the succeeding team and leader gets chastised for succeeding.
Right.
That's what we're doing in this country these days.
Absolutely. The coach is like, I'm not going to apologize, and have my team feel embarrassed or ashamed. We played the game as it was meant to be played. My values and my beliefs will not allow me to run up the score on any opponent, and it will not allow me to apologize for a wide margin of victory when my girls played with honor and integrity.
That's right.
That's a good feeling for that team, winning 100-0. That would be cool. Like, you're sitting there at a game that you obviously going to win no matter what, but it gives you a little thing like, wow, could we shut out this team?
Yeah.
As a team, can we possibly shut out this team? That becomes the thing.
Yeah.
Instead of like, oh, we're just going to smear this team and who gives a crap. Now it's like, how good are we? Are we able to play the game how it's meant to be played where they don't score one basket?
Yeah. Well, let's get a girl's point of view. Travis?
No, man. Just have more information on the story.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were here for a female point of view.
The team that they played, I do remember reading that they were a bunch of girls who had short attention spans and dyslexia.
Well, then what are they doing in the same league?
Shooting into the other basket.
Right. Yeah, the story doesn't say that that team only scored 50 out of the 100 points, and the other team scored the other 100 for them.
Short attention spans, would they be running for a layup and then just get bored and leave the ball and walk as they're running alone, dribble, and then just drop the ball and walk stupidly out the door?
Dribbling, pick up a badminton net and start playing that game.
Or racket.
A net. Why would you pick up the net? It's up.
I don't know.
Why would it be up during a basketball game?
Who's this, Roach? Is it Roach from Wackbag?
Yeah, this actually happened down here in Dallas. The coach of the team that won, since he was the coach of a Christian school, he actually went up to the other team after the game and said that he was willing to forfeit because that wasn't the Christian thing to do by winning by 100 points.
Right.
And they're still going to fire him? I mean...
I guess he's done. He's fired.
But that's BS.
Well, of course it is. That's what we're getting at here.
Easy.
But, I mean, he even offered to forfeit the game after winning by that much.
Well, hold on.
He even just said, look, all right, we won 100-0. If it makes people feel better, I'll just forfeit the win and give it to the other team?
Yeah, because he was the coach of a team from a Christian school.
Right.
And that's not the Christian thing to do.
Oh, well, I guess it was a day late and a dollar short, as they say.
How about we separate our religion from everything else? It's not the Christian thing to do. Guess what? We're playing
that.
Well, it was a private school.
We're playing a sport here. Like, take the religion out of it. You could go back to praying after the game's over.
Sport. What the hell does that have to do with religion? Stop.
What do you got, Stump?
The losers are getting more out of this. They were on Good Morning America this weekend. Mark Cuban has invited them to a Mavericks game. Nike is talking about sponsoring the team on a trip to the All-Star game in Phoenix.
Wait, Mark Cuban is supporting this?
Yeah, he wants to help out.
He's no longer a friend of the show.
Who's he trying to help?
He said the losing girls.
He's not supporting the firing, is he? He's just saying he feels bad for the girls who lost.
They're all suddenly these girls are America's sweethearts.
No, they're not.
Losing.
They stink. They should go. They should go play another sport. Oh, please! I want to hear the Good Morning America audio. This country sucks as far as what's going on with this crap.
Does Imus have a comment? Or is he leaving girls' basketball teams alone
Yes.
this day?
He said, I really appreciate their dues, and they're all virgins.
He used the word nappy again, but it meant, they were asleep on the basketball court.
Oh, they were taking a nap.
Yeah, they were taking nappies. Stupid.
No, idiot.
All right, we got to take a break.
We ended up in one of his little stories there.
Yeah, I saw that.
No.
Yeah, because we're trying to be shocking all the time. What's that about?
Who said that?
No, it was, like Imus said that he thought his bosses. We'll get into it, but briefly, there was an article out about how Imus is doing.
Well, he's been back a year.
Yeah, back a year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, and he says his ex bosses had wanted him to be shocking, like Howard Stern and Opie and Anthony. So that's how our Google alert.
But it's not true because we had the same bosses and they actually were taking the shocking part away from everybody in this company. So that's just not true.
And then they said the face of his show has changed because they do have 2 black people on the show and the content has changed. He's not going for the real meanness or gutter stuff anymore. And whatever he wants to do, I guess you go through stuff like that. We're obviously not going to do anything with churches anymore, so he had a little problem with racial stuff, and he wants to steer clear of that. But
There's 2 quick phone calls, and then we got to take a break. Chris in Michigan.
Hey, the reason why those girls suck so bad is the school that they're from. There's only 20 girls in the high school, and 12 of them are on the team.
Wow.
Come on, is that the truth?
Sure, that's what I heard when we were talking about the stupid thing. But
You know what, then? Oh, well, what do you want from the other team? That's pretty funny, though. Only 20 girls and 12 have to be on the team.
And it's a school for primordial dwarfs.
The Progeria girls.
Yeah, the Progeria kid's the center.
She's 97 years young. Coach Benjamin Buttons. All right.
Rod in Georgia. Ronnie.
was that team's MVP Martini off of Cuckoo's Nest?
That's very funny.
Yeah,
you threw the ball into the fence.
Right. There's nobody there.
That was one of the best basketball scenes ever.
Oh, yeah.
Nicholson's just supposed to play basketball, and Danny DeVito throw it in me, and he throws to him, and he just stupidly with his straight arms out spins to the right and throws the ball against the fence. Martini, you threw the ball into the fence. There's nobody there.
He's just so frustrated. Just wants to have a nice little game of basketball. Yeah, with a bunch of dummies.
I'd watch that movie so much more if it wasn't so goddamn depressing at the ending.
I know.
Like, I'd watch it so much more.
Then stop the movie right there.
Should I do that?
Yeah. I like to stop the movie where the window's open. I'm like, see, everything worked out.
Yeah.
They're all leaving. All right, I'm going to go watch Family Guy now.
Yeah, I'm out.
You can make your own ending.
He's trying to show Chief how to play basketball, and he gets on Bancini's back. Bancini, old horse!
Yeah.
And no, General! And he's trying to make him go the other way. I'm tired.
I'm tired.
Bunch of psychopaths.
It's a bad day for the internet. Oh, boy. Web breastfeeding is being banned on the internet.
From what?
No. Web breastfeeding ban. Oh, no. Hold on. We got breaking news, sir.
Aren't so much about censorship as about a new commercialism.
The content of Facebook isn't made by a Hollywood studio or by a production crew. It's made by the users of Facebook itself. In essence, the company makes money by selling the people to each other. And if the people don't behave to each other the way that everyone would like to, the company can lose money.
Facebook's management refused CNN's request for an interview, but did offer a statement saying in part, "We agree that breastfeeding is natural and beautiful, and we take no action on the vast majority of breastfeeding photos because they follow the site's terms of use. Photos containing a fully exposed breast do violate those terms." Facebook also says almost all photos banned were flagged by complaining users. Roman just wants to promote breastfeeding, but she's also testing the boundaries of internet authority in a growingly web-connected world. Cara Finstrom for CNN, Los Angeles.
So Facebook is banning...
Children trained to kill. The man accused of organizing it faces charges today in a first-of-its-kind trial.
Well, what are you going to do with the children?
Jeez, look where they're from. Stop it.
At least they'll do something useful. They're banning that on Facebook.
Yeah.
Wow.
I guess that woman had pictures of herself breastfeeding, and they said no. People, who's flagging it for like who are the people that flag fucking shit like that?
I agree that it shouldn't be banned, but I've also had enough of women breastfeeding, thinking that just because you're shoving your tit in a kid's mouth, that you fucking bypass all fucking standards of decency. Go fuck yourself. Go in a toilet and feed the little shit. If I don't get to watch your husband dump his load in you, I don't want to see you feed the little cock. Enough already with you fucking thinking you can run through society with impunity with your fat udders juggling all over and some kids suckling them. I've had enough of fucking women breastfeeding. We get it. It's natural and it's beautiful. Point taken. Let it go.
Can you use the word full instead of fat?
Yeah, we've had enough of your full bosoms.
Yeah.
Your swollen...
udders.
Yeah.
Swollen's good. Full is good.
Your fucking swollen tits.
Fat takes me out of it a little bit.
Stop showing it off.
Go with full.
Do you really need your fucking tit in the kid's mouth on Facebook?
Go with achy.
Yeah, right.
Achy's a good word.
How about you holding the kid in the park somewhere, waving at a potential molester? How about that?
Just keep it sexy. Achy, full...
How about
wanting breasts.
How about you squatting over a mirror, examining your vagina? That's a great Facebook photo. Nobody wants to see your fucking tit in some kid's mouth. Get over yourselves.
Get over yourself.
Enough already. This is motherhood. It's beautiful. I was breastfed. You know who knows about it?
Yeah.
Me and Mom. Sorry, she didn't photograph it and send it all over the fucking planet in some disgusting example of fucking cyber fucking exhibitionism. We get it. You're natural. Aren't you wonderful? Chimp lady.
God damn, man. Yeah, like in the old days, people didn't just take a snapshot and then just Xerox it and just start mailing it out to people that they don't know.
Because back then you knew when someone was taking a picture of you. Nowadays, click.
I'm even talking about,
you had to set up all day to take a photo back then.
Somebody just taking a picture of like she's breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And so she takes a picture of herself breastfeeding.
Yeah.
And this is the equivalent of then running off a bunch of copies and randomly just mailing them out to people all over the world. Why would you do that just because it's easier to do on something like Facebook? It is odd that people feel compelled to do that.
I've just had enough. There's almost there's almost like an arrogance with it, like I'm gonna do this because I can. And it's like, yeah, there are times where legitimately you gotta feed your kid in public, that's fine. But just the way they fucking flop their tits out all over and expect us to look at the fucking greedy-handed little monster. Stick a bottle in his mouth when you're on a plane. Shut up.
But the kid wants
enough of
bitty.
your tits.
You pull that tit out.
Yeah, really? Give him a peanut brittle.
He wants bitty.
Fucking sick of it.
Let's get the fuck out of
all
here.
All you moms and your big nips.
Jim's breastfeeding rant was brought to you by DirecTV. Call 888-961-DirecTV.
Of course it is, your sugar milk. Fucking awful. Fucking rotten, leaky silos.
What does it taste like anyway?
Sugar water.
Why, you've had some?
No, but I've heard enough people who have. No, why would I take that?
Oh, wait, I had the ice cream that day.
Oh, God damn.
I forgot about that.
Breast milk ice cream?
Yeah, we made breast milk ice cream.
Milk?
Dude, I ate breast milk ice cream. I forgot about that. And it went in okay, and then the aftertaste was horrendous.
Never.
Musty.
It's like sweaty or something.
Sweaty or something.
Sweat, because it was sweat
That's right,
in
Danny
there.
tried it too.
What do you think? There's only fucking milk glands that fucking pipe out of there? There's sweat glands.
We made
fucking sebum.
We made a nice
shit
vanilla
glands.
ice cream, though. Nice vanilla ice cream.
What's in there? It was disgusting stuff.
It tasted very creamy and ice creamy, and then it started tasting gamey.
I don't even like fucking cow milk. I hate milk. It's a disgusting thing.
I just hate saying milk.
It's
a tough word.
It's ugh.
It's an awful word, milk. It sounds like you have a lot of milk in you when you're saying milk.
I like cereal, and it sucks because I can't eat it because that shitty fucking white cream crap has to go over it.
No, you don't. You know what you do?
Soy, man.
What?
Get someone to take
some soy.
Or get someone to take a food poisoning diarrhea over it.
I'd rather.
Fucking eat a food poisoning diarrhea cereal. Leaves a discolored ring on the fucking cereal bowl. You're always eating Count Chocula.
Like, yeah, Cocoa Krispies. Look, turn the milk brown.
Can you imagine that? A fucking food poisoning shite. You're fucking eating Cheerios.
No.
Trying to cut up a banana to basket.
Just one of those piss out the ass fucking shit.
Yeah.
This is what a girl must feel like.
The type that when you wipe your ass, you pull your pants up and realize that you have spatter on the back of your thighs. You ever have to fucking paper? You ever have to toilet paper the back of your thighs?
I just abort the whole mission and jump in the shower.
It's fucking
like you have to abort the wiping mission and jump in the shower.
It's one of those shits where you have to fucking take toilet paper and use it like a towel from your neck to your ankles.
Oh shit.
All right, this could be the story of the day right here. We can have a little fun with this. Listen up.
This Las Vegas man is accused of beating, kicking, and chaining his 15-year-old daughter to her bed. A local TV station reports Robert Blue did it because he was upset his daughter weighs around 165 pounds. Blue report...
Oh, boy. Now I got a problem. I thought the kid was...
Like $2 or something?
Yeah, really large.
How big is she?
Maybe
How old is
short.
she? How tall?
Maybe she's 4'8".
Yeah, she's around 165 pounds. Blue reportedly wanted her to lose about 25 pounds. The teen is described as a successful athlete, and her trainer is stunned by the abuse allegations.
They've accused him of chaining her with like a chain and a padlock to her bed to prevent her from eating.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think?
Very sad. Very sad. Blue reportedly told police he didn't think he committed a crime and that he was acting in his daughter's best interest. He's being held on charges including child endangerment.
Not as fun as I was hoping. I was really hoping it was some kind of, situation there. She's an athlete.
Yeah, she's a little overweight, maybe.
Maybe a little.
Sumo wrestler.
Was he feeding her? Or just letting her, starve off the weight for a while? Giving her bathroom facilities? These are the questions
that we need answered.
Taking care of her, a little padded chain, or one that, she's going to want to chew her own foot off to get out of. They never give you the details. One of these stories you really want to know.
Of course. That one fell short of expectations, huh? We were really excited about that one.
We should have heard it first.
That's all right.
We like not.
Hey, no.
We like going cold on some of these, so you just get the wow effect.
Yeah.
Also, we're just lazy. 877-212-0-A. You hear about the model?
Yeah, I did. That was terrible.
Old Stumpy. What happened? I just heard, somebody talking, saying, "Oh, she should be fine."
She got a bacteria infection. She's just beyond hot. And to save her, they cut off her her hands and feet.
What's that called? Septic.
God.
Her system went septic. This is like that woman in Brooklyn. Happened just before the first of the year. She had both hands and feet amputated.
What's it mean when you go septic?
It's like you get a serious infection in your entire bloodstream.
I hate to say it. I didn't care as much for the woman in Brooklyn because she wasn't as good looking as the model. I mean, am I the only one that thinks this way?
Human nature.
You see the hot model with no hands and feet, you feel a little more sorry for her.
Certainly do.
Yep. No more watches. But the thing is, when you this girl
toe rings.
when you go septic,
that mother, she went septic.
Can you if you go septic, if you stop it beforehand, could they have stopped something or no?
Beforehand, before foot.
It depends on how far along the infection's gotten, because it's a pretty virulent problem that they had with her.
How do you get a blood infection like that?
And what's with the hacking the hands and feet off going to help?
I'm not sure. I think they also took out a kidney.
And part of her stomach and both kidneys.
Really? Well, we got an update on the model that they left looking like a mess.
20-year-old Mariana Briigi began modeling in her early teens, becoming a Miss World Brazil finalist for 2 years. But Briigi was fighting a generalized infection, an infection that forced the amputation of her hands and feet after the flow of oxygen to her limbs dropped. Drugs were no match against the infection. Briigi died early Saturday.
Gracious!
She was diagnosed with kidney stones last year, but her condition worsened, and she was diagnosed with a urinary tract infection that spread. Part of her stomach was removed as doctors tried controlling internal bleeding. Doctors say Briigi was not breathing on her own, and they are not sure what caused the infection that claimed this young life.
That's terrible, man.
That's horrendous.
Well, she had a lot going on down there, apparently, before this whole thing kicked up. The old urinary tract infection, some kidney stones. Yeesh.
Once you go septic, I don't know, I can't get over that going septic thing. I know it does cut off so your limbs are rotting.
Yeah. I think God needed a model.
Without hands and feet?
Oh, he could put those back together when she gets up there.
Do you?
He's the miracle worker.
What if they're gone? Like she had no hands and feet for a while, so I'm sure they threw them away. And you're just stuck there with no hands and feet in heaven.
That sucks. This sucks.
Looking all funny.
Do we have time to squeeze in the sushi story?
Yeah.
Ant's a big fan of the road rage story. So am I.
I love the road rage.
And I want you to, listen to this, Ann, and tell me if the guy's justified or not.
All righty.
All right.
I thought I was dying.
Yes.
I actually said a couple of prayers in the EMS.
1 minute, Jack Zybak was driving to work. The next, he says, he was fighting off a knife-wielding sushi chef.
What he did to Mr. Zybak was, I guess, what he does to, he treated him like a slab of tuna. I'll put it that way.
23-year-old Zybak was commuting from Brooklyn to a cell phone store he owns in New Jersey when he crossed paths with 37-year-old Yao Zhu, and an incident of road rage went off the deep end.
This is why you just never know who you're messing with, man.
I say Yao Zhu is in the wrong.
No. In this one, no.
Actually, he's in the wrong.
Why?
I'm just making an assumption.
I already know what happened.
Oh, I know why you're saying that.
Oh, really?
Which is very clever.
I'm
in.
Got to pick one.
Believe me.
50-50 shot.
Pasta chef, you might go maybe. Sushi chef, he's wrong.
Yeah, I'm with you.
On his way to make egg rolls, wrong.
But sometimes you think you're going after an easy target, and then you run into, like, this guy who's really good with a sushi knife.
Yeah.
Zybeck says he pulled over after accidentally cutting off Zhu, and he says that's when Zhu started cutting him. Zybeck says Zhu first approached his minivan, but when Zybeck tried exchanging his license and insurance card, the attack began.
He kept trying to reach for my neck, and he actually got me right here. He did it like 7-8 times.
Zybeck received 100 stitches. Police have filed assault charges against both men, but Zybeck's lawyer says his client's wounds should convince the court he's the victim.
This could have easily have been a homicide, and actually, in my opinion, should be charged as an attempted murder.
Mr. Zhu's lawyer declined to speak on camera, but told CBS 2 News, quote, the truth will come out in time.
He would have been a homicide if he hadn't quickly wrapped rice and seaweed around the wound and driven him to the hospital.
They blocked up the wound with wasabi.
Is horseradish. You're most likely to have come across it as the powerful paste wasabi that's eaten with sushi.
With sushi.
Sushi.
This was a crazy sushi chef. Wow. I accidentally cut him off and then went to trade, like, license and insurance, so he hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
So the guy works in the cell phone store, hit the other guy accidentally, pulls over, sushi chef pulls over next to him, starts hacking him.
Yeah.
That's rough.
It sure is.
That doesn't sound like something that just happens.
Nope.
It was probably some,
There's something not being told.
something going for a couple of miles.
You got to think. Maybe they were trading paint all the way down
the
FDR or something.
Done
wherever
that.
the hell they were.
Get close to trading some paint.
Mm-hmm.
See, I don't stop, though. I'm not going to stop. Road rage incidents happen when someone stops lunatics or goes, slows down enough to be right next to anybody to give them time to do anything.
Right.
I'm just, whoosh. I'm right by him. Bye-bye.
I zip away.
Bye-bye. That's it. Zip. Gone.
That's not nice.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. We got to do this dirtiest hotel story.
That's cute.
Because there's a nice little ta-da moment.
Ta-da!
Stump Brain, what is this? They did some kind of survey to find the dirtiest hotel in America?
Yeah, these guys checked out every dirty hotel all over the country, and they also tried to report on the clean ones, but nobody cares about that. We care
No,
about
you like the
dirty
shock
ones.
of
Yeah.
the dirty one.
And they were talking to the owner of the dirtiest hotel.
They went in, I think they got the night manager or one of the clerks to show them around.
Right, okay. Listen to this. Dirtiest hotel is in Times Square.
It stands tall in the glow of the theater district, and for $109 a night, you can even get a room with a view at Hotel Carter. That is, if you can see past the cracked window and filth. Besides being a magnet for European travelers on a budget, TripAdvisor.com says the Times Square Hotel is also a magnet for mice, roaches, and bed bugs.
The roaches and mice, I will deny it because I never see it myself.
Man, I should have kept my old place. I could have rented it out like a hotel. With the mice and the roaches.
I got to say.
And the silverfish.
These filthy Europeans that come over here and spread their bugs all over these hotels.
The bugs were there already. Come on.
What?
Come on.
No, you know what? For the most part, if you're staying in an upper-end hotel, you assume that the people staying there are showered.
But this isn't an upper-end hotel. It hasn't been an upper-end hotel since, like...
it was a welfare hotel.
Prohibition.
I digress.
Yes.
I've heard stories on upper-end hotels that have bed bugs. And it's because these filthy people come over here with their horrid habits and their filthy woman armpits, hairy armpits, and sleep in these beds and give us bed bugs, along with other diseases. What do you think? We naturally get anthrax here, or some guy's got to come over with animal skins to make drumheads over? It's people that just like people bring things over here. Mm-hmm. Before, we had a lot of this travel going on, a lot of this freedom of movement between countries. We didn't have a lot of this good stuff.
That's right. It was a bunch of Indians minding their business.
And
then some people showed up.
Knocked them off.
Had a few things,
that's right.
Blankets that were questionable.
A couple of questionable blankets.
We were the first terrorists, man.
First terrorist, man. First weapon of mass destruction.
Started with blankets, and now look where we're at.
Although I have to say the Romans were probably doing it before.
Probably.
The terrible U.S. was.
They were.
Oh, good cop chase. Looks like.
That was that woman from yesterday?
U-Haul. The woman in the U-Haul is classic.
Where do you think she was?
She's running. She tried to get into another car, and then the cop is just, wham, I'm going to get you, bitch.
You can't outrun, like, the cops in this day and age. They got cameras and helicopters everywhere. Where are you going?
Scanners.
Where was she going?
So what happened to her? Why did she do what she did? Did anybody know?
Yeah, let's get that story.
She was moving.
It's a pretty big one.
I have no idea.
I turned that off yesterday.
Yeah.
Dirtiest hotel, part 2.
Right.
Erwin Lemanglis lives in the hotel and manages it. So, how does he feel that for the third time in 4 years, the West 43rd Street spot tops the website's list of dirtiest hotels in the country?
We're not dirtiest hotel in America.
But you are dirty?
We're not dirty. This is a one-star hotel, so the level of standard is as for a one-star hotel.
What?
It's a one-star hotel. So,
okay.
So as far as one-star hotels
they're
go,
living up to 1 star.
They're living up to the 1-star status.
Not like they're trying to bamboozle anybody. Hey, we're a 1-star hotel. You want to stay here?
We got a guy, Rich in Buffalo.
1 star.
1 star.
I couldn't find a room.
Yeah. I booked a brown dwarf hotel. Yeah, it's a quasar hotel. A 1-star hotel.
Let's go to Rich in Buffalo. He stayed at this hotel. Rich?
Yeah, what's up? I came back from Iraq, and a buddy of mine who was a New York City cop hooked me up with a cheap hotel in Times Square. It was so nasty. Me and my wife had to go down to Duane Reade and buy our own sheets. There was a wet bag of weed drying on the outside of the window from whoever was there before us.
Nice.
All right. Hey, that's complimentary.
A little weed.
The continental breakfast.
Well, you would think that if you got a hotel in Times Square that it would be okay. But they still have some really dirty things in Times Square.
Yeah,
they haven't cleaned up the area entirely yet.
If you're at the W or somewhere like that, that's one thing. If you're staying at some unknown hotel, it's a problem. Like Patty. Stalker Patty stays at one of these welfare hotel kind of places.
Sure.
And from the looks, when she gets on Pal Talk, there's one swinging light bulb over her head. It's like a jail cell.
I stayed in one of those hotels after we signed our big deal.
Oh, yeah, they gave us a choice. They were like, all right, we want to give you guys. Oh, remember these were the old days. Believe me, it was a thing. It was like, we'll give you guys a little perk. What do you want? And Ope wanted to be able to stay in the city for a few nights a week
to get away from, and to make the commute easier.
Yeah,
you know, I was smart,
and I wanted him to pay for my parking.
That's right.
So I went for parking.
No, but this is a different story because it was actually the Park Central, which wasn't bad
at the time.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't
fixed it up, but
it wasn't bad. It was doable. I'm talking about the hotel that was in Borat, the Wellington. I'll take a picture.
Oh, the Wellington.
I pass it every morning. I'll take a picture tomorrow morning. And we signed a really nice, our first big, like, wow, we're going to actually make money and we're going places.
Oh, the good old days.
And the paper was all over it. And we went out to celebrate. And for once, this wasn't my fault as far as, like, not giving a crap and being cheap and all. All the hotels were sold out because something was going on. I had to get a hotel at the Wellington, and I was drying my underwear on the radiator as I was reading about how we are, like, the next big thing in radio.
Yeah.
Well, because I didn't have clothes. I didn't know we were staying in that night because we were celebrating. I think you ended up going home, and I was like, wow, I'm going to stay. It's easier.
You washed your underwear in the sink?
Yeah.
Really?
Because I didn't have clothes. I should have went and got underwear, I guess, would have been
Duane
the move.
Reade.
Right.
I'll wear the same underwear 2-3 days in a row.
Hell no.
Why, do you sweat a lot?
Oh, my God. I could barely last a day in my underwear.
Really?
Yeah, I do some change-outs halfway through the day.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
You got to change the clip halfway through.
Yeah, I have to. But I probably should have got underwear, but I think I was a little buzzed and a little hungover, too. So I'm like, you know what?
Yeah, I was, so I just drove home.
Yeah, so Aunt did the right thing and drove home. So I had nothing to sleep in. The hotel room was horrendous. I was right outside, I think, one of the letters that just kind of lit up all night long. one of those type of deals. Yeah. And I was in the bed completely nude as my stuff was drying on the radiator so I could wear it tomorrow.
Bed bugs.
And then I got up and I'm reading about how great we are in the paper the next day. I'm like, if they only knew.
Staying at one of those red neon signs blinking in your window hotels.
Yeah. All right, dirtiest hotel. This is the big get in the story. The whole reason why we're doing this. Because now, where we left you, it's a one-star hotel. They're living up to the standards. They don't believe they should be considered the dirtiest hotel. Yeah. And then this little tidbit comes out.
Its reputation as a dump comes not just from grime, but also crime. 2 years ago, a cleaning woman found a woman's corpse stuffed in a garbage bag under a guest's bed. It happened in rooms...
Oh, in room...
237.
237, Doc.
You can't really defend your hotel at this point. You know that they were going to...
That's good.
What?
And he says, Opie, you're staying at the hotel from Big. Were you crying when you heard the gunshot? You just start crying?
Oh, sorry. With the Spanish guys arguing outside the bathroom.
Outside, and you put the pillow over your head. You're all afraid.
Look, it was a horrendous room, man. They might have made that place a little better. I don't know, though.
Yeah.
No idea. But here's the corpse story. They would have rented out this room again if the cleaning lady didn't find the corpse under the bed.
Stuffed in a garbage bag under a guest's bed. It happened in room 608, and you would think guests who know it happened here
False, there is no room 608.
False.
Sometimes the complaints will be false.
It happened in room 608, and you would think guests who know it happened here wouldn't want to stay in this room. Not the case. It's actually in demand on All Souls Day.
Other guy will ask me, and then I said, oh, it's already booked. Somebody's already in there. Funny, I don't know. Creepy.
Yeah, so now...
Creepy.
Well, then now the ghouls out there, they want to stay in that room. Oof. There's a whole society of people that like to stay in these rooms where horrific things happen.
Ghouls.
Whether it's ghosts or where people died.
There's a whole thing on online for dead MySpace pages. For dead people,
cool.
and murderers,
I can't even deal with
people that have killed other people. Yeah,
nope.
Well, think like Dead Space or something. I think they call it.
No, thank you. Let's say hi to Skip, the trucker. Skip, what are you hauling?
Hey, we're hauling Coca-Cola today.
Nice.
Oh,
you got a nice load.
All American.
Yes, we do.
All right, what do you got there, Skip?
Oh, I was going to say, I don't remember ever hearing that King Jaffe Joffer ever infested the Waldorf Astoria.
Ha, take me.
Oh, could we play one of our favorite clips? We got to do a whole list of our favorite clips.
That dumb anchor.
Thank you, Skip.
Or dumb news guy, whatever he was.
Somehow we're going to have to try to figure out our top 10 favorite clips.
That'd be tough.
This one it should be right up there, man.
Top 10 all-time clips. Wow, yeah.
At least in the last, whatever.
Tough one.
4 years would be good.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the Miller. That's got to be right up there.
Right up there. Moo.
The freaking leprechaun in the tree.
I don't know about the leprechaun in the tree. It was a good one, but not one of my... I think there's 10 better ones than that.
Do you like Take Me to the Waldorf Astoria?
That's a good one, but I think that would be up there in the top 20.
For the rest of America, there's a local channel, New York One. Ugh, they're lame.
Yeah.
And they were doing some kind of report, and this is what happened. The guy... hold on. I guess it needs a better setup. The reporter was trying to have a little fun with whatever story he was doing, threw out a little line from Coming to America, and the guy back in the studio just left him hanging.
He bombed.
Yeah, the reporter certainly bombed, but the guy in the studio could have helped him along a little bit.
Left him hanging
there. It's just great.
So that's what's happening, but the big story is traffic, Pat. You know, and every time I think of the Waldorf Astoria and I think of world leaders, I think of Coming to America, when James Earl Jones he's a Eddie Murphy.
Well, we want to dissect this? Yeah.
A little bit.
Go back a little bit.
He started losing it right there. He couldn't really remember. No confidence. Now he's got no confidence. He's rolling into this, stuttering.
He doesn't understand the concept of punching out.
No. This is just going bad now, right from the start.
See, if you could say punching out, you could save yourself.
And it's two geese just flew into his mouth.
Right.
It's almost like he sensed it was about to bomb because he should have cut it at it's like James Earl Jones and Coming to America, and it seems like he meant to cut it there, but then decided to explain it, and and then it turned into a riff. It just
tragic.
It was a hard. You could almost feel him peeling his skin off like an onion layer.
This is a slow motion wreck footage, like when they do the crash test dummies into a wall.
Because he tried to explain the joke before. Could you just play the thing? It's so
go
bad.
back a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Story is traffic, Pat. You know, and every time I think of the Waldorf Astoria and I think of world leaders, I think of Coming to America.
See, right there he should have cut it. He should have just cut it because he thought the guy would know the
waited
reference.
for a reaction. He waited for his guy to go, yeah. And he went, a little pause. He just lost it.
Yeah.
Oh.
When James Earl Jones came to find Eddie Murphy, and he's like, "Where is Hakeem? Take me to the Waldorf Astoria." And that's where I guess the president gets. So where else would you meet with world leaders other than the Waldorf Astoria? Makes sense, right?
Yeah. Foreign policy for the masses, I guess it is, Roger, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you've boiled it all down. Presidents are busy with meetings. Waldorf Astoria is a good place to meet.
Chock full of information.
And of course we know the traffic restrictions. Well, we're going to put all this traffic information on our website as well because it's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roger, thank you.
It is one of my favorites.
Yeah, it's great.
Clips. I just realized how great that is.
In all fairness to the anchor, he definitely was sitting there going, "Wow, I can't make anything of this."
Yeah.
He's like,
yeah.
Did you hear the anchor smack his face? Because the anchor said, foreign policy for the masses.
For the masses, yeah.
Meaning, I guess you just explained it for everyone, dummy.
Dummy.
Yeah.
Like, and then he lists the childish things he's done. I forget, he just listed a couple of things that the guy did wrong. Like that was just really dumb.
Nice.
Fantastic. Okay, that clip is in my top 10 now. The uncomfortable pause and then, yeah.
Yeah. All right, we got to finish up with the 12-fingered monster. And the 12-toed monster. Okay.
Born at San Francisco's St. Luke's Hospital 3 weeks ago, baby Kamani Hubbard seemed so perfect at birth, no one noticed.
No way.
Nurses and doctors, it looked so normal. They couldn't tell. They told me he was 6 pounds in good health, and that was all they said.
But his dad noticed this spectacularly rare case of polydactyly. 6 perfect fingers on each hand, 6 perfect toes on each foot. The general trait runs in his family.
Some family members have had the 6 fingers, but not completely developed, but not the toes.
In fact, Hubbard himself had nubs of 6th fingers removed as a child, as these non-functional digits routinely are. But this case, doctors say, is so vanishingly rare, so functional, it's not a deformity to be discarded.
It's merely an interesting and beautiful variation rather than a worrisome thing.
Beautiful.
It's not beautiful.
Shut up. It's disgusting. It's a monster.
I say leave them. Leave the toes, leave everything.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is the 6th finger? I'm looking at my hand.
It's beyond the pinky, probably. It's like
over here?
I'm guessing, a little bit beyond the...
Just dangles there.
Here, do it.
It can fucking diddle your balls
you want that?
When the person's jerking you off. You just fucking diddle your fucking balls.
You finger your own ass, you cup your balls, you stroke your dick, and then with the other hand, you deal a 3-card Monte game.
Maybe I could borrow half a thumb from this monster. I could use a half a fucking thumb.
Ooh.
Where is it?
that a...
I
Ew, look at all them fingers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It looks like 5, though. Until you start counting.
Yeah, but then there's a thumb. Then there's a thumb.
No, I understand.
Thumb don't belong.
I said until you start counting. I
Well, yeah, that's why the report says that...
It's so bizarre.
They didn't notice. Like the baby was delivered.
Dude,
and...
it's in a way where it looks like a normal hand. I know that sounds... You got to see the picture
There's too many fingers there.
There's too many
Kind
fingers.
of see, it's all cluttered.
But it's set up like it would be normal.
No.
Because sometimes you see this shit and it's like this thing's just pointing out.
Oh, like it's not one of those dangly
right.
ones.
It looks like it belongs there.
Yeah, they're all in place, but there's too many.
Should they take it off or no, though? If it functions, why would you pull someone's body part off if it works?
Well,
yeah, because you don't want to be a freak.
What?
You're going to have to forfeit a lot of games in the Little League.
Why? You'd be great. You'd choke up all the way to the fucking...
Yeah, but the other team would have a problem with that.
What a pitcher you could be. My God, it's a fastball sinker screwball curve. It's a rising, dipping screw curve. What is that pitch? You throw the ball, it just fucking blows up in midair. The ball doesn't know what to do. You throw it as hard as you can, it just fucking... It zim-zams back to you.
The ball's like, what the fuck
like a frisbee.
is this?
It's the frisbee pitch.
You're fucking with
finger
physics.
on it.
Yeah.
You monster.
You're digging the one knuckle in.
Let's see, a little more to the story.
St. Luke's pediatrician Michael Treese.
I would be very tempted to leave those fingers in place. I realize that children will tease each other over the slightest things, and having extra digits on each hand is more than slight. But imagine what sort of a pianist a 12-fingered person would be. Imagine what sort of a flamenco guitarist. If nothing else, think of their typing skills.
Or flamenco.
Kamani's mother says she hasn't had time to absorb this yet. His specialness didn't even show up on prenatal ultrasounds.
I heard nothing until I gave birth, so I'm still in shock, kind of.
I just want him to just, see what greatness will be in store for him.
Oh, boy. Now let's slow down a little bit.
Greatness.
6-finger discount.
Yeah,
Exactly. Good luck with gloves. Always wearing mittens.
Maybe greatness at the circus.
Jesus.
Can't even work for the mafia. The brass knuckles, you get the one hanging off, you look silly.
You hurt yourself.
Yeah, you got a fucking brass knuckles and a pinky ring. How stylish would you look?
All right, listen, we got two things. The Christian Bale O'Reilly thing or the Peanut Factory. Which one you want, Ant? I go to you.
I would say I want to know about the peanuts.
Okay. The recall is, the list is getting bigger and bigger. I'm still eating my peanut butter because I love it. Because, stupid me, I get a lot of allergy attacks, so I self-diagnose myself like everybody else out there. So I decided that I was allergic to peanuts and stopped eating my favorite thing in the whole world for 5 or 6 years. Finally went to an allergist, which I should have done to begin with, and the lady's like, hey, dope, you're not allergic to peanuts. It's like ragweed and all this other crap and cats and dogs. I'm like, really? So I went right back to eating my peanut butter. But people are having problems with their peanut butter. You've never liked peanut butter? Oh, my God.
No, it's like, I like peanuts. I don't like peanut butter.
So then you should go with some of that natural peanut butter that has a lot less sugar and crap in it.
I think it's the texture thing. Just don't like it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Even crunchy yet?
Crunchy rules.
It's like duty.
Crunchy peanut butter rules.
I don't like eating things that are like duty.
Speaking of duty, what kind of hat are we giving E-Rock tomorrow?
Duty.
Are we doing the cabbage thing?
Cabbage hat.
Or cabbage hair?
Get a giant, big cabbage head and then cut it out like a helmet.
Yeah.
And then smear stuff on his head to hold it on.
Yeah.
And then smash it on his head like an oldie-style football helmet.
We're going to have to get a few cabbages and then just kind of like paste it all together on his head.
Yeah.
Make it look like an old school like swimming cap that the...
like the old ladies wore with the little flowers on them and stuff.
Yeah. Someone's suggesting watermelon head.
Sardines.
All right, here's the peanut butter
buttermilk on his head.
The workers are talking. The workers from the peanut factory are talking.
They're talking.
And my CD player's not talking.
That's it.
The stories Jonathan Prather is telling, a peanut factory with incessant roach problems, and more.
A rat was dry roasted in the peanuts.
A rat was.
Where do you get those?
A rat was fry roasted in the peanuts.
It sounds delicious.
Huh?
Dry roasted.
Dry roasted. How do you dry roast?
I don't know, but they always say dry roasted peanuts. That's like the big selling point for peanuts.
Yeah.
It's roasted, yet it's dry.
Oh, I thought that was a humor thing.
Oh, it's dry. Oh.
Dry roasted peanuts. Oof. Fish in appeared in midair and shit.
Are sensational to hear. And further disturbing news for his former employer, the Peanut Corporation of America, or PCA, now at the center of a salmonella outbreak and a federal criminal investigation. On the heels of this Blakely, Georgia plant being shut down, there is word another PCA plant is getting attention. A Texas facility, which was unlicensed and went uninspected since it opened 4 years ago. PCA, headquartered in this home in Lynchburg, Virginia, is a 33-year-old family business run by Stuart Parnell. Incredibly, Parnell sits on the U.S. Department of Agriculture's Peanut Standards Board.
Roaches get up in that dry roast and because some of they'll blend in with the peanuts. You'll never know they're there.
All right. I have a problem.
What?
I don't know what that gentleman just said.
The roaches get mixed up in the peanuts. You'll never know they're there.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
That's pretty much what he said. Yeah, I heard.
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Wow.
So the rats and the roaches are kind of getting mixed in there, and you never would know.
Well, the reason
but that happens with pretty much all food.
Yes.
No,
the government
it really doesn't.
No, it does. The government actually allows a certain amount of stuff in your food.
Yeah, but it's not like a bunch of roaches.
Yes.
Oh.
Look it up,
I watched
Sunbrain.
how it's made. I never saw...
Look it up.
Oh, poor horsey.
They realize they can't keep these factories completely clean, so the government actually allows a certain amount of stuff to get in your food. I'm telling you.
Well,
I don't know as far as a rat goes. That's a little rough.
Yeah, you don't want a dry roasted rat.
But as far as like cockroaches and things like that, the government is like, as long as it's a very small percentage,
We just call them
allow
roaches. I don't like the other
cockroaches.
You know, the rat you found got the stupid dry roast thing. There was liquid there. Bah! A bunch of thirsty mice came by.
Oh, shut up! Don't try to cover up your bomb with mine.
No, that was it. I was trying to find a way to tie in thirsty mice with dry rats.
Yeah.
Didn't work well, but we got the thirsty mice theme going again.
Yours was a little TNT. Mine was an atomic bomb. It lasted for days. My joke had fallout. It's killing days later.
Mine was just a guy who yelled something religious on a bus in Tel Aviv. Yours?
Mine burnt shadows of people on the sides of the buildings.
It was yours burned shadows of people booing. Boo. That's a damn good. I'm so happy that happened.
Horrid. I don't know about how much. I've heard that the government allows a certain amount.
I'm telling you.
How do you see it?
I'm telling you.
Stunty, you got something on this?
Thank you.
5 pounds of feces per jar, right? Peanut butter?
Not quite. But things like peanut butter, 30 insect fragments per 100 grams. Apple butter's allowed 5 insect or insect parts per 100 grams, not counting mites.
Wait.
Tomatoes are allowed 10 fruit fly eggs per 500 grams, or 5 eggs and 1 larva, or 2 larvae. So 5 eggs and 1 larva equal 2 larvae.
They can't keep the stuff perfectly clean, so the government does decide, okay, as long as it's under these numbers, I'm telling you. And it's in just about everything. I don't think they're allowing rats to fall into your products and get chopped up into your, goodness, but...
A lot of places eat insects, so, the
chinch bugs.
Let's say hi to Tom in Binghamton.
Manganese.
Tom, what's going on?
I just want to call and say, when I was in college, there was a professor had told me about there's a certain number of rat droppings you can have per square feet on tuna fish.
Yep.
Really?
I'm telling you, yeah. Let's go to Eddie in the Bronx. Eddie!
Like that at all.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Listen, Opie, you are absolutely right. George Carlin years ago did a whole shtick about how the government allows a certain amount of bug parts in all your food. It was on one of his albums. They've been allowing it for years because you can't stop it from happening. A certain amount of dirt is going to get in everything.
Sure. Well, it comes to food too, because bugs and rats are attracted to those places. You can't prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
But you're not gonna. It's not like you're gonna be eating a sandwich and a rat head falls out. I mean, it's like it's ground up among anything. It's nothing.
We had listeners eat rats years ago. It was fine. They loved it. They actually went back for seconds. Let's not forget
Hey, in
that
other
fine
parts
show.
of the world, bugs are delicacies. I mean,
Sure.
I remember one time I was in a questionable deli and I got a tuna sandwich, and they was poking at me something with a couple of antennae. I brought it back to the guy. I don't know where he was from. He wasn't from here, and he looked at me and shrugged his shoulders. Said, "Do you want your money back?" And I said, "Yeah," and left.
Like one time, I'm sorry. One time I'd been into a deli sandwich. It was like a ham and Swiss, and a badger fell out.
Oh, wow, that could have hurt you.
And I'm like, this was not supposed to be here. And it was in my lap, and it was still alive. And I brought it back.
I want to chew into a mouse foot.
No.
Just one little mouse foot.
Feel his little mouse, the bones just crackling.
I want to feel just a little crunch as I bite into the mouse foot.
Yeah.
Trying to think what sandwich, though. Not tuna. That's too creepy. Maybe if it was like...
bologna.
Yeah, bologna with a little mouse foot in it.
Once in a while, bologna has what could be a hardened zit. Like those little white things you get in bologna.
Yeah, it's like a fat chunk or a piece of ligament. Or cartilage.
Ew, is that what that is?
I think so.
Ugh, bologna stinks.
It certainly does.
You bring me a mouse, I will bite into its little mouse foot.
No.
I did the diaper mustache there.
You can't do
baby
that.
diaper mustache. I will
A dead
bite.
mouse?
I will bite into a little mouse foot.
Dead or alive mouse?
It has to be dead.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I don't want it.
So
I don't want it nipping back at me as I'm nipping on its little mouse foot.
Once we catch one over there, would you bite on it? Would
Sure.
you nibble? Give it a little nibble?
Yeah, a little clean down, just a little.
Oh.
Keep it safe, keep it safe. But I'll bite right into that dumb mouse foot. Let's say hi to Bob. Bob.
Hey there, Bab.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend used to intern with the FDA, and the way she would figure it out is that they do chemical breakdowns, and her job was to figure out how many parts per million was allowed for these toxic pesticides in produce.
Yeah, I want more figures. Because they allow some crazy stuff. The bug thing is almost easy. Yeah. Almost.
Well, the bug thing relates also to the coloring of the food because we use insects to color food.
Stop it.
So, yeah.
What do you mean?
They use some of the insects are natural dyes, so they use crushed up insects to color food.
Stop it. Stop it.
Not only that, with food, but I was actually just reading a story the other day how they're using beetles.
Yes.
Some beetle, crushed beetle parts
The scarabs.
in lipsticks.
Yeah.
Like me brain.
It's been going on for thousands of years.
I didn't even get that. Yes, they're using it in oatmeal.
Crushed beetle parts. Yes, it's used in pudding. I don't know why it's always pudding.
Every time there's so many
rocks, but
we're oatmeal. There's so many others. Oh, yeah, you're right. It's hard.
Yeah, it's hard. What, you think it was a goopy tumor? No. Poor George.
Would you guys eat bugs?
No.
Let's bring some bugs in here.
Nope.
Some safe bugs. Let's try some bugs.
We've had people chew down those goddamn big
the hissing cockroach.
Cockroaches.
Yeah, we're not going to beat that. That was
yeah.
Can we get that audio?
You heard it crunch.
Let's
You heard
play that after the
people,
break.
You heard the people kind of like, it's
screaming,
it's crawling in my mouth.
You guys have heard the hissing cockroaches by now. It was Pat Duffy, the great Pat Duffy, that we got to bring back to the organization somehow, some way.
He's not here?
I haven't forgotten.
How long ago did we lose Pat Duffy?
A couple months now, unfortunately.
Really?
But
I swear I thought he was still around.
I miss him and I miss Roland.
Yeah, we'll get both of them back eventually.
Miss Roland.
Can I tell
we
you?
haven't forgotten.
How much? I would like to know how much stuff you're allowed to have poison-wise on your.
There's all that stuff they allow for.
Because I heard that like every head of lettuce is allowed like enough pesticide to wipe out a small family of bison. Is that true, or have I heard incorrectly?
You might have heard incorrectly.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's go to Steve in Wisconsin. Steve.
Hello.
Yes.
I moved
Why,
to
you're making fun of my Wisconsin voice. Hey, Men's Health Magazine.
Speaking of bison, he just trampled out like joke like it was a prairie. Go ahead, sir. That was just going into something.
Continued with your stampede conversation.
Yeah,
please.
you put on a football helmet and you ran right through it. Go right ahead, Slugger. Go ahead.
Hey, Men's Health Magazine I got the other day, should be like this month, actually has a list in one of the columns about like how many maggots that are allowed to be in actually cans of crushed tomatoes and crushed pineapples. So if you have your stunt brain, look up the Men's Health Magazine. There's a whole list of them in there for you.
There you go. All right, we'll do some more research. The phones are lit. Keith on Long Island. Keith.
Hey, yeah, it's not just lipstick, too. You've got, like, ruby red cranberry juice, everything that you're going to be drinking that's red. You're going to be drinking crushed up beetle parts, too.
Yeah. Come on.
Yes.
No, seriously.
That's where we get our red from, is beetles?
Come on.
Well, remember red dye number 2 and dye 14 back in the 80s? They said it was cancerous.
Why can't we
we went to natural products.
Why can't we just use period juice?
Well, there's nothing more natural than beetles. I guess, right?
Alrighty. Yikes. Zoinks. I would assume, and call me silly, but I would assume that there is a plant or a berry or a flower that could put coloring in a food that we wouldn't have to use bugs.
Right, I'd rather...
What type of bug is red?
How about a ladybug back?
Okay, that's orangey, but it's got some black spots on it.
To what?
What bug is red?
It's the
dung beetle.
Cochineal beetle, I think.
How would you know that?
What? Because stunt brain.
They use cicada testicles. How do you know this?
They're just red.
And it takes about 150,000 of them to make the one lipstick. So you know they're getting a bunch of them. Yeah.
Poor bugs.
Is it really that many to make a little one? Yeah. How come nobody steps in? I think bugs suck, and I love to hit them.
Yeah.
But how does nobody defend bugs?
Because they outnumber us in population on this earth by kabillions.
But if they're being mass-produced just to murder,
yeah.
What about PETA? Where's PETA?
They don't care about bugs.
Why don't they, though?
I think rare bugs they care about, like if, we're displacing some kind of
They don't
rare
care about bugs because they don't understand them. If you don't understand something, why would you care about them?
No one wears a bug coat.
Right.
Not true at all. I saw a very old lady. It's a sign of wealth now. The mosquito jacket. It's upside down electrical tape with 400,000 mosquitoes thrown on it, and they're alive, and your jacket flutters, and you look fancy. Ooh, look at her coat's still alive. It must be new.
Let's say hi to John.
I don't believe that.
John in Philly. John?
Hi, John.
Hi, John.
Page 101 of that Men's Health magazine. I have the foods and what they can contain. Okay, Opie, peanut butter, 30 insect fragments or 1 rodent hair per 100 grams.
All right, 100 grams.
Yeah,
let me think of this.
Is that a lot?
How much peanut butter is 100 grams? Like, give me something I could, sink my teeth into here.
There you go.
Oh, thank you, Jimmy. Put that back to later.
A gram is a raisin?
A gram is a raisin?
Yeah.
One rodent hair per raisin
per
size?
100.
Per 100.
Oh, per 100. That still doesn't really give me
like a box of raisins.
If I had peanut butter,
more than a little
would it
box
be
of
the
raisins.
size of a baseball-sized peanut butter? Like that would... I need...
no, it'd be about...
1 can.
It's 32 grams for 2... It's 16 grams a tablespoon. So you're talking about a 7 or 8 tablespoons.
7 or 8 tablespoons. Each one of the...
You can have
7 or 8
1 rat
tablespoons. One rat hair?
Yeah, the point is...
That's a lot of rat hairs that are allowed.
No, the point is you don't even know it's there. It sounds gross.
Well, no,
and
you
all
don't,
that,
because it's kind of mixed in with the peanut butter.
It sounds gross, but I mean, it's
one
minimal.
allowable rat hair per 16-ounce can of peanut butter.
Oh, so you'd allow one
rat hair per
rat hair in that.
Allowed.
Wait, hold on. You just said it was per 7 or 8 tablespoons.
Yeah.
There's more than that in there, no?
No, this has 14 servings, and each serving is 2 tablespoons.
So more than one rat hair, right?
More.
Yeah.
How many grams is that thing of peanut butter? Let's hop to it.
All right.
We don't have conversion.
Please.
You're you have the conversion app on your iPhone?
Yeah. Come on, I know, exactly.
John, what else?
Boring. Do you have that?
Canned potatoes, 5 fry eggs, and 1 maggot per 500 grams.
Wow.
Scrumptious.
Yeah.
Frozen broccoli, 60 mites per 100 grams. Popcorn, 20 gnawed grains or 2 rodent hairs per pound.
Gnawed grains. I want some gnawed grains.
Here it comes, Anthony.
All right.
6 potato chips, 6% are rotten.
Yeah.
Of every bag.
Yeah, you can see those
rotten.
though. Mm-hmm.
And then finally, ground cinnamon. Who cares? But 400 insect fragments and 11 rodent hairs per 50 grams.
Thank you.
And a frunkus.
And 6 R's per frunkus are allowed by the government. More.
What's up with the rat hairs? That means those things are
they're everywhere.
They're just kind of walking around everything in the factory.
So this is 462 grams.
Yes, sir.
So that means what?
How many rat hairs?
4 rat hairs.
4 rat
4
hairs.
and a half rat hairs.
In every little jar of Skippy.
Yummy.
Jesus, that's disgusting.
That's great.
Could the government say a little? How about 1 per case?
Yeah. Yeah. Keep the place clean. What are you doing?
They're trying.
Sweep up.
They're
Sweep.
trying.
Put some stuff around the edges of the building so rats can't get in, and then kill every rat in there, and then make sure no rats get in. There, problem solved.
Make a metal building. Who's the supervisor there? Willard? It's creepy.
Let's say hi to Drew from Akron. He's a USDA inspector.
Okay.
I doubt it.
What's up, guys?
We'll finish with Drew, even though everyone has something on this. Yes, Drew.
Yes, Mr. Bennell.
First
first off, your call screener is awesome, but whoever that is. But in eggs, you're actually allowed 1/3% of visible fecal matter on the outside of eggs.
It is a caper. Rat turd.
And
come on.
Here's the thing about the
Invasion of the
war
Body
paint.
Snatchers?
The war paint that you're.
Okay.
The war paint that you're. I can't hear you that well over this connection.
Yeah, right. Come on, Joe, let's go.
The war paint that your women put on their face actually contains quite a bit of chicken blood as the dye that's red. And Uncas, 6 of them.
Guys, bunch of idiots.
Sorry. So distracted. They showed the van run over Hamburger Man.
Who's Hamburger Man?
That's the guy that got hit by a car here in New York. And then another car or van ran him over and dragged him 17 miles through Queens and Brooklyn. And there he goes.
That's actual video of him?
That's the beginning of his 17-mile journey.
Is he okay?
Put it this way. The police cannot identify who he is.
Wait, that one video they showed, was that his foot?
Oh, it was his shoe flying off or something.
Okay.
But he was there. He got hit by a car, got thrown into the other lane, and then a couple of people pulled over. One guy stopped and was looking, and then a van came and just ran him over, and you see he's there, and then the van crosses over him, and he's gone. And he was on a 17-mile journey on the bottom of that van, just leaving
blood marks.
Commissioner Kelly said they're looking for body parts along the route that they took, try to identify, maybe find a thumb.
Ugh. Supposedly there's blood streaks all the way, too.
Broke him down like a pencil eraser.
17 to 20 miles, Queens and Brooklyn. Where did he end up? In Queens, right?
I think Brooklyn.
He ended up in Coney Island. Brighton Beach, I'm sorry.
Brighton Beach. That's nice, huh?
Did the guy know that was dragging him?
No.
Had no clue?
No,
Come
no.
on. How
They
do you
said
not know?
Some people were like pointing and saying, hey, you got something under your van. It's in broad daylight.
Right.
And he just kept going, and then when he finally stopped, somebody said, hey, there's something under your van, and he looked, and that's when he saw what was left of this former person. Something tells me it wasn't a 20-mile horror ride. It was probably like a friggin' 20 feet horror ride, and then the rest was just kind of, I don't think the guy was like 20 miles going, hey, could you stop? Hey, I'm down here. Hello.
Was the guy killed on impact, or they don't know?
They don't know if he was killed on impact. Oh, Danny?
Apparently he was hit by 2 separate vehicles.
Yeah.
And so he was hit by the first car, and no one's quite sure if he was still alive. And then the second car is the one that actually hooked him and dragged him.
Yeah, we said all that already.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We did all that already.
He got he got hit by the first vehicle, and he was kind of crossing the street.
Right.
And then did that squirrel move where he decided, I'm going to go back the other way. And because he made it across, I guess, the first time, he didn't look when he turned around, and there was a car there, and whammo, he got slammed. And he was laying pretty lifeless on the road, so who knows, but he might have been knocked out. Then when the van scooped him up, that was it.
It's over, Johnny.
He was on, highways, dude. It wasn't side streets. This guy was on, what? He was on the Van Wyck.
This wasn't a little side street.
He was on the Belt Parkway.
Yeah, I know. At Grand Central Parkway, and they're saying there's just blood streaks on all those highways now.
Yeah.
Or were yesterday.
It's hard to hose down.
How do you not know you're dragging a guy?
Yeah.
Come on.
Well, he jumped out.
And you got people pointing at you going, hello.
Yeah.
And your car's got to, or the van's got to feel a little weird.
Surveillance video shows the guy in the van after he had run the guy over, because it was 2 different cars. It was the one car hit. The van sensed that he had done something, and he jumped out and looked around, but he did not notice that so he knew he thought it was a pothole. He said, but he didn't realize what he had just hit.
Just a pothole.
Sometimes you drag a cardboard box or something, and you go, it'll pop loose eventually.
Oh. And that Belt Parkway is just full of potholes and stuff.
Oh my God.
So imagine his head going into a pothole and then just kind of busting off some body parts.
Oh, wow. And they got video, sort of? Yeah. They got video of the first part, obviously, because we...
No, they got video of the second part, too, of the guy getting ran over.
No, I know all that, but I saw... Do they have any other video? You see the video where the ride begins.
Yeah, you see the video of him getting hit initially and then getting hit by the van. Because apparently there were two vehicles that hit him.
All right.
The first...
They're going through the security cams all along the route to see if anywhere they can find additional video of pieces coming off or whatever. They apparently found a broken iPhone and business cards and a weapon.
That's probably why he died. He was probably looking down.
Yeah.
Trying to get a text or something.
Trying to get a signal.
You walk the streets and you're texting, and all of a sudden you're like, wow, I just went 5 blocks. I don't even remember walking 5 blocks.
Yeah, don't remember crossing the street, looking both ways.
I've done that, too.
Oh, there's the old sheet.
That's at the end of the ride?
Yeah, it looks to be a little bit of them left.
Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. The legs are still intact. Maybe the legs were up in the air.
More than Chrissy and Jaws.
The plate underneath the front of the van hooked his sternum, so he was like hooked like a big fish, like a tuna.
Wow. Wow.
I had to hurt. Hooked by the breastplate.
Let's get the
breastplate. You got to get through this. I got to stab it 3 times.
Here's the official news story. Let's see if we missed anything. It's a biggie today, obviously. A biggie.
A gruesome car accident has horrified residents of this New York community and left investigators with the painful task of trying to identify this body. Police say the victim, who they've determined was a Hispanic man in his 20s or 30s, was crossing a busy street Wednesday morning when he was run over by an SUV. The driver called 911, but officers didn't find any damage to the truck or anyone with injuries. They didn't know that the man had been hit by a second vehicle, a van, which dragged the body nearly 20 miles. That driver, Manuel Sanchez, says he had no idea he had hit someone until about 50 minutes into his drive from Queens to...
How crappy is your car that you have no idea?
Not only how crappy is your car, how are you not looking out your windshield at the road to see that you're running over a human being in the road? It's daylight. It's daylight. The guy wasn't looking at the road. He wasn't looking out his windshield. How do you not see something in the road? A person. It's a person. There's a person in the road.
You're stranded.
It's into his drive from Queens to Brooklyn when he was flagged down by a pedestrian. Sanchez got out of his van and found the man hooked underneath. He then called police, who had to jack up the van in order to free the battered body. Authorities say the corpse was intact, but the ordeal was so violent the victim's clothes, along with several layers of skin, had been worn off. An autopsy is planned for Thursday. NYPD officials say they have no plans to charge Sanchez or the other driver in this deadly accident.
You must have had a nice big... Well, it was warm yesterday. I mean, only a few layers of skin? 20 miles being dragged on highways?
Gotta be more than
Come
that.
on.
Come on, 20 miles and you're just being dragged?
A few layers of skin? No way. That's the first mile.
Yeah.
First half mile.
You know how bad your ankles must be scraped up?
Oh my.
Yeah, he probably had no feet left.
Imagine it was just his elbows and his knees
Just
the whole way. Ow, 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 ow.
Angular, perfectly flat, sanded down, angular shins. That's all he had left.
That is a weird story right there, man.
Yeah, sucks to be him.
I want to know more about the driver that he had no clue.
Yeah.
The driver's a little fella.
He said the radio was up so loud he really didn't hear anything.
Well, was he listening to some reggaeton?
Maybe.
Reggaeton.
Enjoyed his reggaeton. All right, well, we got that story today. That's the biggie. That's the biggie that everyone's going to talk about. And the surveillance videos all over the TV.
A gruesome accident. Gruesome. They'll use the word gruesome a lot today.
You think?
Yes.
Wow.
Mm.
All right, there you go.
Ow.
There you go. 877-212-O&A. State rep wants to castrate sex offenders.
Does he?
This is a good little story, huh? Huh?
Sounds sexy to start with. Give you that much.
More than 3 million American children are victims of molestation. That's according to the Child Molestation Prevention Organization. Almost half were violated by repeat offenders. Talladega County Representative Steve Hurst now wants to surgically castrate pedophiles whose victims are younger than 12.
You take a child that's completely helpless
They have no way to defend themselves. If somebody does something of this nature to them, you have literally, in my opinion, you have destroyed that child for the rest of their life.
Is it an urge they can't control? Well, if it is, the castration certainly would take care of that and thereby protect neighborhoods and communities and future victims.
That's wonderful.
I don't think so.
That's a waste of time.
I think it just makes them more angry, and then they'll just take to killing people.
Because now they're not doing it for the feeling. They're like,
right.
You know what? Oh, yeah, you think you solved this? That's a waste of time. We're not going to start castrating people.
Yeah.
I think we should, but it ain't happening.
No.
I like the fact he's pushing it, though. I like the fact because they're not getting there's no. The harshness for the recidivism rate among them is extremely high.
Yeah.
The punishments are not harsh enough. It's amazing that you can rape like an 8-year-old or fondle or molest an 8-year-old and be out.
It should be treated like a murder rap, where you go away, and depending on how bad it is, even the death penalty. But I think it should be treated like murder, where you go to life without parole. You can't fix these people. Right. They've said it before. There's no fixing them, and they go out and become members of society that aren't molesting anymore.
Right.
They're just looking all the time. See that movie? What was it, The Woodsman? Or
yeah, Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon on that park bench. Why don't you sit on my lap? Oh, it's such a creepy movie.
He was just asking. He was just asking. I had a lap that no one was sitting on. What was he supposed to be rude about it? It was a very sittable lap, if you remember.
Of course.
There's two types of castration.
Chemical
and
physical, yeah.
You hear what they're doing in California?
Castrating, what?
You got some crowding going on, so they're thinking of letting 58,000 prisoners go.
Oh, Jesus.
58,000, and they did a story last night. I guess I was supposed to feel sorry for these guys because they're living in gymnasiums.
Aw.
In a massive group in gymnasiums because they don't have any place to house
room.
Them. And the one guy's bitching that he's getting, he got a staph infection and stuff.
How about? And sorry for the staff.
And I want to know what this guy did. That he's in a prison to begin with. They're living in a gymnasium, getting staph infections. Whatever.
Yeah, what's going on there?
And why don't we just build more prisons? They have no problem building more strip malls. Just keep building prisons.
People get angry when you say build more prisons because, they say it's racist, first of all. I've heard that. It takes money which could better be spent on education and things to prevent people from doing bad things and ending up in prison.
Yeah.
So prisons are such a last resort, and they're so archaic, Opie. So you got to think a little more progressively and think that there's such things out there, education, rehabilitation, psychiatric care, family planning, all this stuff keeps people out of prison. Right?
See, just when I think I'm a little liberal, then you say something like that, and I'm with you. No way.
Build them. Build the walls so high they never see daylight. That's what I say. Bring back the dungeon. Bring back the dungeon.
All right, what happened to you last night? You're in a bad mood.
I'm in a
bad mood.
I saw that goddamn Henrietta clip. That annoyed me.
That's a nice little story.
Oh, she's a sweetie.
And I got to wait a whole nother week for loss.
She's sweet.
How was it last night?
It was a good one.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
We got two great wrestling stories today.
Yeah, a couple of those. That's pretty good.
We could start with Vern. How do you say his last name again? Gagne. Remember Vern Gagne? For the older people out there?
When I saw the news story and I clicked on it, I was hoping it was going to be somebody I knew. But, no, the name didn't ring a bell for me.
Vern Gagne wrestled with Hulk maybe a little bit. Never? They never crossed paths? Probably not. More Bruno Sammartino, probably. Hold on. There you go.
Our resident expert.
Vern Gagne started the AWA, and that's where Hulk Hogan got his start.
So there was sort of a connection there, but not really.
Yeah.
Thanks for helping me out. I appreciate it.
What year did he actually, was he in the squared circle?
Well, we were long time ago. He was like 50s, Andre the Giant.
Oh, the 50s 70s. And 60s?
He might have made it into the 70s.
Then. That was when people thought it was real.
It is
in
real.
front of their black and white TV going, come on! Why didn't the ref see it? Bunch of dolts.
That used to be very frustrating.
Oh, actually thinking it was real.
Before you knew it was all phony crap.
What are you talking about?
It used to be very frustrating.
I've seen it.
And you were always like, well, wrestling isn't as hot as baseball, hockey, football, basketball, so they're getting the crappy refs that weren't good enough for the real sports.
Yeah.
That's how
How
I
did he miss
justified
that
it.
again? That
Oh,
illegal
my
move.
God.
Oh, my God, come on.
Wrestling is
It needs more training.
It's a far more action-packed sport than any of those other things. And so it's harder for a referee to see every single aspect of the action.
It's acrobatics. It's like Cirque du Soleil for retards.
No.
That's what wrestling is. It's acrobatics. And they know exactly what moves they're doing.
Well,
it's not,
yeah, they know what they're doing, but their opponent don't know what's coming.
You know they're.
I know. See, they do too.
You know your boys are embarrassed. They would never do like a wrestling match next to a UFC event.
What do you mean?
They have to look ahead of time and go, wait, is there a UFC event in town? Because if there is, we got to go somewhere else because we're going to look stupid.
UFC is good and all, but wrestling is wrestling.
See, explain this to me then. When someone's doing a finishing move like the Tombstone,
yeah,
or what's his name? He's got a big finishing move there where he does that thing with his arms and then.
You mean John Cena?
No, he's married to Vince's daughter.
Oh, you mean the pedigree? Triple H's pedigree.
Triple H's pedigree. Now, I've never seen a finishing move that takes so much cooperation from the opponent to wrap his arms around things. Like, why do they actually hold on to, like, the legs and help him out to give him this finishing move?
These guys are skilled professionals, so they know how to get their opponents in these compromising holes.
But the opponent is actually, like, holding his legs and going, all right, come on, drop me on my head.
No, he's not. He's in a dazed state, so his arms are a little more loose.
Loose? They're
Yes.
tightly wound around his legs to, like, hold him in the proper position so he doesn't hurt himself.
Only because Triple H has put them there intentionally. These are trained professional athletes.
Sam, I hate that you play this role on the show.
What do you...
Shut up.
What
role are you
talking about?
Are you saying that they become more pliant due to their beating?
Yes. Of course.
Could you just tell us the Vern story, please?
Well, Vern Gagne.
Gagne, right.
Yes. He's now 82, and he has Alzheimer's and
boy.
dementia.
Oh, boy.
And he's
Gagne.
Save the big
his
get
brain
for-
is Gagne. Office Space, man.
Right. Well, I like the first track because the news has some good lines about forgetting things and having dementia.
All right, so this is what happened to good old Vern.
Yes.
Some of you guys might remember this old school wrestler.
His name is synonymous with pro wrestling. Vern Gagne practically invented the flamboyant genre back in the 50s.
Oh, that hurt.
But he never forgot his humble Minnesota roots. But the 82-year-old Gagne is forgetting.
I guess he forgot. He never forgot his humble roots, but he, forgot the fact that he shouldn't be killing people.
That's the thing about wrestlers, though.
What?
They'll kill you.
Thank you.
I like the turn the reporter makes here.
Yeah.
He gets a little serious all of a sudden.
82-year-old Gagne is forgetting most everything else. He is suffering from Alzheimer's-related dementia, and for the last few years he's been living at the Friendship Village home in Bloomington.
All right, so that's the update so far.
Right,
He's got a bit of the Alzheimer's.
forgetting almost everything, and he's living in a nursing home.
Right.
But then something happened.
Yeah.
I want you to kill someone.
It's an Alzheimer's match.
Yeah. An Alzheimer's match.
This is where on January 26th, Gagne allegedly attacked a fellow patient who also has dementia, throwing 97-year-old Helmut Gutmann to the floor. Gutmann suffered a broken leg and a head injury. He was hospitalized, then released, but re-hospitalized with complications.
Oops.
Gutmann died 4 days ago. Bloomington
killed
police
someone.
confirmed they're investigating
Like
the
a
death.
body
But
slam.
because of medical privacy and confidentiality laws, there's very little detectives or Friendship Village can say. But sources close to the investigation tell Fox 9 one thing is already clear. Vern Gagne was not in control of his mental faculties, and criminal charges are unlikely.
There's a sleeper.
Because the man once known for his powerful sleeper hold was most likely unaware
Asleep.
his fighting days were long over.
Alzheimer's had a sleeper hold on him.
Oh.
They should have added that. They should have added that. All kinds of wrestling terms and everything. Oh, poor guy. Poor old bastard, as they say.
But even with Alzheimer's, he's still out there regulating.
What is he regulating?
What are you talking about?
The other patients. I'm sure that guy was talking all kinds of smack on Vern Gagne. Vern Gagne comes in.
What do you think? They were actually, like, doing mic time? And
they were cutting promos on each other
at the Alzheimer's clinic.
And Vern Gagne came in and said, "Okay, let's go. Let's go,
Slammed them
sunshine."
to the floor.
Put him up in the Texas cloverleaf.
Texas clover.
And he shattered like a graham cracker probably when he hit the floor.
Yeah.
Just broke his leg in half.
But if you're
little pretzel rod femur.
If you're 82 or 97, you have Alzheimer's, and you're in the middle of a wrestling match, that's got to rock in your mind.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, in your mind, it's got to be the greatest thing ever.
He probably thought he was back in the ring.
Oh, yeah.
Like the crowd is going wild.
Mm-hmm.
He actually saw that in his head.
That's got to be just amazing.
I hope they put him just back into the nursing home and he just keeps doing it.
That's it?
To everyone.
They should have called 911 and had the cops shoot him.
Why?
Because he's like a chimp. He's like a wild chimpanzee.
He's a Hall of Famer.
Is he really?
Yeah,
He's in the WWE Hall of Fame.
That's wonderful.
I hope they don't eject him because of this.
No, if anything, they'll put him up a run.
His last victory.
Yeah, he's still winning.
He's still...
Can't be beat.
No, apparently not. Not even by the old Alzheimer's.
No, some 97-year-old wants to step forward.
All right.
He just takes it and uses it. Not Alzheimer's. He's like, yeah, screw it. I'm going to, another match. I'll make up my own match.
Right.
Kind of the Alzheimer's took those memories and just threw them to the floor. Smashed them on their back and broke them.
Little body slam of his memories.
We got a horny dentist.
What?
We got
Again?
A topless joint. And we got 16-year-olds doing some prostitution stuff.
Well.
Which one you want first?
Oh, gee, that's a tough decision.
Well.
What?
You want to finish strong, so it might be a tough decision. I mean, the obvious choice would go with the 16-year-old prostitution thing, but maybe we work up to that.
You were the kid that ate all your peas before the peach cobbler.
Absolutely.
That lovely
You saved the goodness for last.
Sitting there.
Yeah.
And instead of digging in, you ruin everything by filling up on vegetables, and then you don't enjoy the goodness that is a peach cobbler.
Funny you should use peach. Cobbler.
Yeah. It's great.
All right, let's eat our dessert.
It's delicious.
Let's go with...
Eat our dessert. The
right,
16-year-old whore ring.
All right, we're going to eat our dessert first.
Opie and Anthony's Hot Teen News.
Police say instead of going to school to attend classes, the accused teen madams were attending school to grow their prostitution operation.
Allie Rasmus is here to tell us how they did it. Allie.
Well, Phoenix police say these two girls did all of their recruiting at local area high schools. Now, police wouldn't say which high schools, but according to investigators, these girls were able to convince several classmates to join their operation. Jasmine Finley and Tatiana Tai are both 16-year-old high school students, and they're both accused of masterminding a mini prostitution ring.
Were these 16-year-old girls that were arrested, were they running this business? And the answer is yes, they were.
Police say Tai and Finley recruited, trained, and collected money from 5 other girls, all between the ages of 14 to 17, and that their operation brought in several $100s a night.
These two 16-year-old girls, in fact, for a time had their own apartment that they rented in Central Phoenix, which was used exclusively for acts of prostitution.
They look like 30-year-old women.
Oh, God.
Hot teen news?
This ruins it.
She looks
Florida
like,
Evans.
She looks like Patrice if he was in Demolition Man.
Very good. The one girl has chop meat hair.
Oh,
just awful.
Totally ruined it.
These are the girls that were running it. So
yeah, well.
Well, great.
You got to leave it to the imagination, I guess. Maybe
still
the ones that were recruiting were good.
Still want to eat your peach cobbler first,
That ain't no peach cobbler.
Hell no, that's asparagus.
I want a peach cobbler. I got some shoe fly pie.
How long? Got some lima beans.
How long has Bookman from Good Times been running a prostitution ring? She is horrendous.
Shirley Hempel.
That is awful. Why do you have to show us the picture? I had mine.
Because you guys were talking about how delicious peach cobbler was. I was like, wow, they're going to be disappointed.
We all had an image in our heads, man.
I was
What was your image?
Mine was
extremely white, obviously.
Some girl that maybe looked like Sharapova or Kornikova.
Yeah.
You know, that type of look.
Yeah.
Russian girls bossing innocent girls around and recruiting them into prostitution.
My image was half Dutch, half Korean.
Really? You thought it was going to be
a little exotic.
A little exotic.
I want a little
some
exotic.
Asian.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been a good one, too.
Dylan and Eric were sexier teenagers than these two broads. They're awful.
They really
They're
are.
horrendous.
They are horrid. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, put her in a picture up. She does look a little like, as we remember, the beloved Buckwheat from the Our Gang series.
A little
terrible.
Bit. A little
yes.
bit. I think Imus would have a comment or two about these two.
Yeah. Not these days, but
and I think he could officially say it too.
Yeah.
Wow, you know, that's completely accurate.
Well, she is a hoe.
That's what I'm getting at.
That can't get a brush through that. Yeah. You know what I mean? How's your donkey gone?
And then we got this.
When they weren't in that apartment, investigators say the girls would walk the area near 27th Avenue in Van Buren. Rosa Maria Aguilera lives near that area, and she says she's not surprised by these arrests.
There's just always a lot of young girls walking out as soon as it starts getting dark, you know, and there's just you notice a lot of young girls walking the streets around here.
We asked her how young.
Maybe like about 13, 14 years old. They're very young, and they just walk up and down from here, maybe to like 35th Avenue, just up and down here, around here. It's not surprising to see them out here like that at all.
Now, even though the two girls who were arrested are minors, they are facing some pretty serious adult-like charges. Between the two of them, they face 10 counts of child prostitution and at least 2 counts of receiving the earnings of a prostitute.
So they was pimping, yo. It was big pimping.
Dang, not all black people look alike.
I'm not
That is
saying that.
horrendous.
Who's the guy?
No,
You're just trying to find black people.
It's Keenan Thompson from Good Burger.
Keenan
There's not even a resemblance.
No, you put the hair on him, and I think we got a match.
No, she's,
not even close.
Who does she? She looks more like Anthony Edwards at one point. She's not an attractive girl at all.
No.
Oh God!
All right. Well,
that was no peach cobbler.
All right, we got 2 to go. We got
that was gravel cobbler.
we got a horny dentist, and we got a topless joint. Where do you want to go next?
All right. Well, I guess we'll go topless joint.
All right,
horny
topless
dentist
joint
is always fun.
Well, that's an update, by the way.
I had to throw
on a story we brought you guys a while ago.
I threw my cobbler away after one bite.
Yeah.
I took a bite and was like, this isn't good. Yes. And now I'm going for a new dessert.
That was peach tumor.
I got a problem with this thing here. They almost were all in here. Figure out where I have the problem.
All righty.
Topless over 18 cafe in Maine.
The over 18 part's driving you nuts.
Alarms neighbors. So you got a topless joint in Maine. It's a coffee shop, all right?
Coffee shop.
Cup size has more than one meaning at a new Central Maine coffee house.
Please hold. All right. Continue.
Servers are topless at the Grandview Topless Coffee Shop. Nice, right?
Yeah.
Which opened its doors Monday on a busy road. A sign outside says over 18 only.
Mm-hmm.
Another says no cameras, no touching, cash only.
Let me guess. They save money on milk.
Oof.
No?
Well, actually, no. It's run by Al Qaeda. They'll have no heads. No, topless.
Right. Yeah. Topless.
I should run a jokeless place and then feature that one.
Jimmy's Jokeless Cafe.
Yeah. I just say that over and over.
Well, here it comes. On Tuesday, 2 men sipped coffee at a booth while 3 topless waitresses, nice, and a bare-chested waiter stood nearby. Why?
God,
why?
No, there should be 2 and 2, right?
Why? Why? It's like the Hooters guy, the guy that insists he has to work at Hooters.
I'll be honest, dude, that is honestly because they probably want to get chicks in. The chicks will go anyway because chicks are not as homophobic as guys.
Right.
But they want to have something probably for girls or gay dudes to look at. I mean, that's probably just a business decision.
Yeah. Did somebody record Caroline, what's her name?
Catherine Craig.
No, the bitch politician that wants everybody's guns taken away because some nut shot her husband on the train.
Oh, the because they called her.
Yeah, she's going to be. Yeah. She's going to be on Fox.
All right, we'll see what
I
she
want
has
to
to
hear
say.
what she has to say. She's going to comment on Obama's speech. So
Okay.
I want to hear what this dummy has to say.
And Reverend Al ain't going away today, huh?
No, apparently
Rupert-
Reverend Al's still angry at
Rupert Murdoch issued a pretty major apology in the paper yesterday, but that's not good enough for Reverend Al. It's still all over the news today, that cartoon. On Tuesday, two men, topless waitress Susie Wiley said men, women, and couples have stopped by. So they're trying to bring in everybody, Jimmy. The coffee shop raised the ire of dozens of residents when it went before the town planning board last month. Town officials said the coffee shop met the letter of the law.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
All right, look at that.
They're allowing this to happen.
Yeah,
I wish that was
sometimes
local.
They can't do anything.
Go and support it.
Yeah,
Just
no
go to a
kidding.
coffee shop, see some boobage.
Send our dumb interns out to be back 4 hours later with our coffee.
That would be nice. They would never get that done in New York, though, right? That would be a rough one.
You know what? You could walk in there, kind of give a glance, then look into her eyes, get your coffee, and leave. But how many ghoulish creeps do you think are just going in there and staring, making stupid comments?
Yeah.
Like they're going to get her?
You know, maybe the truckers could help me. When I drove back and forth to Florida, they had those roadside cafes.
Yeah.
Breakfast joints. One of the best breakfasts you'll ever get. Yep. And it's a strip club, too, basically.
Yeah.
They sort of say it's like just topless waitresses, but as they're making your omelets, the girls are dancing just all over the place. Yeah. I think I had 5 breakfasts one day.
Do they bring you the food?
Yeah, man. It's a chain.
Where is that?
And I think they're every 100 miles, maybe even less.
Really?
And there's one after another down the main road, like 95 or whatever, all the way down to Florida.
What are they called?
I can't remember. It's been 4 or 5 years. I gotta get a trucker friend on the line. They'll tell us.
There's none in Jersey.
And then they got the girls trying to get you in the back room.
Where are they? There's none in Jersey. There's none in.
No, you gotta
Maryland.
I think you got to go south of there, and then they finally start popping up.
Oh, yeah. Dixie.
But all of a sudden, they got billboards, and they get you excited, too. Only 70 miles to go. Only 60 miles to go. 50 miles to go.
Yeah.
And then you hit that one, have a nice breakfast, check out a little you-know-what, and then you start getting hungry for the next one.
You get a cranky?
Huh? I didn't.
Anything like that?
I didn't go cranky.
That'd be frustrating if you're a trucker.
I didn't go cranky, but
you see all that, and then
but you do
gotta
see
drive.
you do see a couple of creepy truckers just sitting there doing exactly what you just said,
just staring like ghouls,
just with the nicknames and stuff, you know,
Yeah.
the horrendous
Hey,
nicknames,
toots.
all that stuff, right?
Something else without the O's.
Yeah, the phones are lit.
Tots.
Yes.
Cafe Risque.
Paul.
Jim the trucker. Jim.
Opie.
Hey, buddy.
Okay, you're talking about the Cafe Risque. Is that what you're talking about?
Man, I guess those are the ones with the billboards, and there's a bunch of them, right? It has to be then.
Yeah. I've never been to them, but I did read that one of them was bought by a church group that had raised a lot of money, and they had a ceremonial burning down of the building.
That's always good.
Oh, really?
When the church burns things,
great.
It always is for the best.
Great.
Whether it's books or strip clubs.
Yeah. Did it burn down a rectory where kids were molested? Did they?
No. Why
Probably
would
not.
it?
Let me go to. Thank you, sir. Let's go to Josh in Baltimore. Josh.
Yeah, I drove down with some buddies from college to the Gator Bowl a couple years ago, and we stopped at the Cafe Risque at like 7 in the morning. And it was great. I got 7 in the morning, got eggs, toast, bacon, and a lap dance.
That's what happens, I'm telling you.
Oh.
And was it one of the best breakfasts, too? The food is excellent. And the boobs were excellent.
It's breakfast of champions. And the waitresses there, they're all nude. I mean, totally nude.
Yeah.
I would love. I don't know if I'd like that though. The bodies smell like home fries.
That don't matter. Come on. Ugh. They're not dropping the omelet on their laps and then serving it to you. It's all good. And there's a bunch of them, right, Josh?
Oh yeah, you see them all once you start getting down south.
Yes, because as soon as you leave one, you get back on the highway. They're already promoting the next one down the road. I'm telling you. All right, Josh. Thank you.
Are there backroom lap dances, or is it all up in front? I wonder.
No,
the lap dance is right there, bro. And then you got a kind of a few skanky ones that are kind of like giving you the look like, let's go to the back row.
The local hose bags.
That's what I would want.
Nice.
And then finally an update on the horny dentist out of California.
Yeah.
California dentist says groping, you got caught groping, right?
Oh, boy.
Was part of treatment.
Oh, okay. Well, let him go. He's fine.
Here's an explanation.
Treatment is that the guy lost his mind. He saw a woman sitting in his chair, anesthetized, and went to town on her.
With her boobs just going
Couldn't
up and
take
down.
it. Heaving breasts.
Stretching the bra.
Oh.
He just had
That
to get in
sucker
there.
thing in her mouth making those sounds.
He went to the dentist with that blouse. I guess if you're, backed into a corner, why not? It was part of the treatment.
Part of the treatment? Vigorous chest massage? What was he doing?
Do you know how busted you are as a dentist where you say breast grabbing is a part of the treatment? Do you know how desperate an explanation? On a list of explanations, that's probably the 50th best you could have.
How many experts and teachers at dental schools, professors, other dentists, do you think they paraded in to say that there is no such treatment as fondling? It's just...
Well, let's read a little bit here.
Right.
The attorney for a Woodland dentist told jurors that his client massaged women's chests as part of a medical treatment. Defense attorney Michael Rothschild told the 6-man, 6-woman, whatever, that Mark Anderson was treating his female clients for... Oh, wow. Stunt-brain, I hand this to you. What?
Temporomandibular disorder.
You know what that is?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
What is that? Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
Yep,
It's a problem with the mandible.
Jimmy doesn't know.
Problem with the mandible, which is your jawbone.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right.
And, it's almost like a TMJ.
Isn't that what TMJ is?
What is it, lockjaw or something?
Yeah, they got, like, pain in the jaw. I had some girl that, a girlfriend years ago in high school that said she had that, but I'm convinced it was just an excuse so she wouldn't have to do something to me. She said she couldn't open her mouth wide. I swear.
Yeah.
Well, maybe because of you and your gift. Maybe she had to unhinge her jaw like a python.
No, she had a small little mouth, and it was very hard for her to open her jaw. She was complaining that there was clicking going on.
Oh, really?
When she would open her jaw, and took a good punch in it though.
So what was he? How was he saying that helped TMJ? That he would massage the breasts, and when they scream help, it would loosen the jaw muscle.
What is he doing?
No.
The attorney says the condition affects the muscles of the upper body. So now
that is silly.
Anderson faces, guess how many felony charges?
How many?
How many felonies?
19 felony charges for skin-to-skin contact. Skin-to-skin contact.
There's no reason for it.
Why do you have to take off the top to, get the skin-to-skin contact? Can't you get a little massage through the clothes?
His attorney's last-ditch effort. The jawbone's connected to the bone. No?
And one misdemeanor for touching a patient's breast over her clothing. So he got 19 under the clothing and 1 over the clothing. The incidents occurred between February 2005 and his arrest in August 2007. 14 women were involved.
How does that happen after 1?
14.
14 came in with this condition.
I've been on this earth a while.
Pretty rare condition.
I was going to say, I haven't run into one woman with this problem. This guy has run into 14 of them.
14 came into the office saying, what's the treatment, Doc? And don't you think he would inform them of the treatment?
Right. He waits till
beforehand.
they're knocked out. Knocked out.
Say, what I'm going to do now, you got this TMJ.
Right.
I have this new groundbreaking treatment. It's the muscles, in your upper body. So what I'm going to do, now this might sound a little unorthodox, but there's nothing sexual about it. I'm going to have to massage your chest in order to relax the muscles that go to your jaw. Let me show you a chart of the muscles and how they go from the blah, 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 I want to touch your...
Exactly.
There's no way to explain that and make it sound reasonable.
It's just, this is just as reasonable as if you were arrested for punching a girl in the face and they said, why'd you do that? You said, well, I was giving her a mammogram.
Yeah, exactly. All right, you're free to go.
A couple things coming off the instant feedback. We got David from Florida. Cafe Risque, we dare to bear, only 20 miles. Yeah, these are famous billboards when you're on the highway. And then the owner is in a battle over his billboards for this Cafe Risque, because it was all about just counting down the miles until you got to see some boobs and get a nice omelet. And then Fast Freddy from Jamaica Station, Mark's Topless Donuts in Portland, Maine. It's all the throwaway chicks with crooked tees. Awesome. We got a physical therapist on the line about the horny dentist. Frank in Jersey. Frank.
Yeah, man. If he could get away with that, me as a physical therapist, I could be getting away with a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, huh?
Oh, my God. That is absolutely ridiculous. It's their jaw. It's their teeth. It's by your ear.
Yeah.
Hey, some people's pec muscles, people's asses.
Wait a minute, by her ear?
Yeah.
Oh, her ear.
Hey, God bless the guy for trying, but I think he's going to lose this one.
Punch it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. My favorite dentist story, and it's very tragic because, this person has a family, but it was, I think it was somewhere down in Chinatown. The guy messed up with the gas, killed her, and didn't know what to do. So he just kind of put her outside on the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Can you get that story? And I hope the family's not listening but I mean, as far as comedy goes, my God.
He put her next to a parked car like it hit her.
Right.
Good improv.
Like he went into panic mode, and that was the best he could come up with.
Get rid of her.
Just put her out on the curb.
Get rid of the body. Is that the first thing you'd think?
Yeah.
Probably thinking he's going to still keep his job and everything.
Right.
Everything will be fine.
That, I think we could segue into a little material here because it's about political correctness. You hear about this site, beautifulpeople.com?
Genius.
Oh, really? You know the story then?
Oh, genius.
All right, I'll play it to get everyone on board.
God bless
and then we'll
you.
get Patrice's take on this.
God bless.
Log on to the dating website beautifulpeople.com and you won't find any ugly people. Now, according to the site's owners, you won't find any fat ones either.
From November, which we all know Thanksgiving, all the way through New Year, members had been gaining weight instead of letting themselves go.
So the site dumped 5,000 subscribers who they say overindulged. The website says it received complaints from members that there were too many, quote, fatties roaming around and not enough beauties.
I just think that's horrible. Oh, it's horrible.
Do you really think it's horrible?
Why is it horrible?
Yeah, tell me why it's horrible.
If you're going to beautifulpeople.com to hook up, it's like a matchmaking site.
Right.
You want beautiful people.
And this,
why the fuck is it a bad thing that they don't want fat people on there?
And this site is running a business.
Just go to
and they're
Facebook
realizing
if you want that.
The fatties are hurting their business, so they're taking care of that.
And this is pretty much coming from a room full of people that ain't getting on that fucking site. Believe me. And I'm still sticking up for it.
Oh, my God. I was thinking, can anybody... I have to say... you know what, though? Bobby's beautiful people. Bobby just had a couple of unfortunate cosmetic things naturally happen to him.
Wait a minute,
but
stop.
Bobby is gorgeous, man.
What do you mean, my hair?
Bobby,
my hair. Old school Bobby was
used to have it going on, Bobby.
Oh, you
but
can I just say
have it going on?
Your face is having trouble getting square again, even though you lost a lot of weight.
Listen. I will be. I understand what he's saying. Let me address this.
Wait, beautiful,
wait, stop. We get it.
Bobby, I remember those days too. Down at the cellar.
Oh, God.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, but that's not even my beautiful days. You met me at the end, dude. When I was
met you when it was
when
all
you
falling
knew
apart.
me, dude. When I was in Al and the Monkeys, back in Boston.
Were you getting some?
Dude,
Bobby
I
was
fucked
gorgeous,
witches.
man.
I fucked witches from Salem.
And survived. That's how fucking beautiful
Only
you were.
motherfucker prettier than Bobby was Nick DiPaolo.
Nick
Nick DiPaolo.
Nick was a good-looking guy.
my God.
Was beautiful.
His fucking eyelashes. Have you ever seen his eyelashes?
The bitterness like fucking drained.
Motherfucker was beautiful,
Dude,
man.
Fucking, oh my God, beautiful. No, that's not even beautiful, Bobby. Dude,
That's you?
Daddy's funny pictures.
That's Bobby? That's Bobby.
That's
more gorgeous than that.
Dude, I was that's like middle-aged Bobby.
That's you?
Yeah, but that's
You
not.
have all your hair.
Yeah, but
no,
that's
he
not.
don't. His hairline, if you see his hairline,
No, that's what I had
started to look like picnic basket hairline.
I had to make. I had to make hair.
Oh shit!
I had to take. This is what I had to do. I needed an hour before I went out. In that photo, I had to fucking hang my head upside down, let the curls get wet, and then dry them with hairspray, and then flip them back, and then
creatively you were moving.
Yeah, because
it was like a pompadour, but it didn't go off your head.
It was on the sides.
It was like
I
on
had
the side.
I had a comb over on both sides.
Oh shit!
Did you comb up?
I had to comb up.
Before the rooster look.
Oh wow, man!
Yeah. I mean,
wait. But let's get back to Patrice. Yeah. What were the problems with Bobby? It's the hair, obviously.
Bobby lost his hair.
Yeah.
And Bobby's face got round, but he lost weight, but he can't get the square.
No, because I'm not. I'm gonna be. I guarantee you this. I guarantee you this. Let me just guarantee this.
No face exercises, nigga.
Yeah, there is.
No face.
It's PX90 for the face.
I love a good guarantee that'll never happen. Bobby.
I have a guarantee. I will be fucking sexy. I will be sexy one more time in my life.
One more time?
One more time in my life, you will see me where you go, you know what, Bobby? You're sexy again.
I think, Bob, you've done wonders with after fucking
with what I have. What am I, an old car?
My knee man, after fucking my knee man, and he fucking had to gain weight and stuff.
True, yeah.
Bobby's fucking back to, as far as I'm concerned, he's back to normal. But Bobby's not going to be old Bobby.
I wish I could find a Dane has a video.
Nick is probably the best looking motherfucker I know in terms of comedians. He's such a good looking guy.
Yeah, Nick's, I mean, you look at Nick's. You say that, but then look at Nick's eyes. In one of his photos, his eyes.
Well, one isn't half shut and twitching from
but
anger.
that's all the racism. That's making them blind. You can't count that shit.
Racism sweat.
I say in this room, I think Opie can get on beautiful people. I think. No offense to you, Ann.
No. I got my own issues.
Yeah, but Opie, you know what?
It's all starting to fall apart in front of your eyes.
There's some people, like I was saying this to somebody the other day.
Is starting.
Oh, damn.
There's some people, that's not even gorgeous, Bobby.
It doesn't look like you, though. That's what's
Jesus,
so fucked
look
up.
at the jaw.
But look at the fucking...
you do. You have a jaw like a
look
fucking...
at the confidence. We haven't seen that in a long time.
What the fuck are you talking about? I was at the fucking Madison Square Garden, you fucking idiot.
You have
at Bob.
Remember that confidence,
jaw.
you shithead?
You have a fucking Superman jaw right there. Clark Kent fucking...
Yeah, but that's not even fucking good-looking, Bobby.
We're not even hearing the sound, right? But what's happening
Please
in
don't fucking do the sound.
Listen, what's happening is the crowd, the girls wouldn't stop clapping
Listen
for
to the
him.
girls.
I don't get that anymore. I don't get it.
It's like a little wimpy name, ain't it, Massachusetts?
Well, this is... Oh, please. How did this turn into this? You know what, Danny? I hope you fucking slip on some shit today.
Danny will find anything,
It's
man.
too bad the volume's a little low, or you were ready for a beating.
Them, though. They're all clapping. The
all
girls
the women, look at them.
It's the girls.
They're all sitting up,
masturbating in their seats.
They're all sitting up straight.
Some of the guys.
He said one joke. Massachusetts sucks, and they clap.
Dude, I used to be a twink.
Wait, he's Irish, guys.
I look like a little Mexican dishwasher, but...
It's true.
Look at the girls.
Oh, look at them like that.
I do it myself.
Look, you got guns on you and stuff.
What are you doing, Holmes? Come on, help out, essay.
He's holding the mic and he's got like a muscle.
Look at my fucking broken nose. A little pug boxer nose.
And you're starting to get a gut.
No, let me just say something.
Patrice brings it back to reality.
Stop. This
fat fuckies.
I'll be honest.
It's the beginning of a fat fucking.
No. This is after my first fat.
What?
This is
How many fats have you had?
I've had 6 fats.
You're counting it, right?
No, 7 fats.
7 fats?
I had a fat when I was in. Wait a minute, I'll tell you my first fat. After my stepdad, the one that used to beat the shit out of me and stuff.
Yeah, that was your first fat.
When my mom left him, I got fat because I don't know. We moved into like a 2-bedroom apartment. We ate fucking just rice and chicken, like in tuna and shit like that.
You shouldn't get fat from
Dude,
that.
no, believe me, I just fucking was a fat moose.
Yeah.
And then I blew up, and then my teacher, Mr. DiPerzio, became my dad. I wish he did. That was another guy for a steak. But he became like my dad. He came to the dad potluck supper, but he was a jogger, so I wanted to be like his son. So I started jogging, and I lost all the weight. I ran like a marathon, 5-mile marathon. He came in 9th. I remember we did the 4:20, and he was like, "I want you to win, Kelly," and I won. But I was like the
won
fat
for him.
Yeah, it was weird. That was my first fat.
So neat.
That was my 6th fat. Oh, fucking terrible. I've been looking for a dad ever since. But that's my 6th fat. That's my 5th fat.
The smiling girls.
Yeah.
How many fats you got left in you?
I got 2 more fats. I'm gonna get into shape. I'll probably next time you see me by the summer, because I said fuck it a month ago. Yeah. After Thanksgiving, somebody gave me a nipple. Have you ever a nipple?
What's a nipple?
A nipple is a pretzel
like
with a white chocolate Hershey Kiss. Melt it, and then you put a fucking M&M on top of it. I fucking lost my mind.
They sell these things?
No, you make them.
You make them?
I fucking lost. I had a nipple, and I've been fucking ballistic ever since.
Good shit.
I just got my shit back together. Oh, dude. I went to the Colognes.
Fucking nipple. You want a nipple in? Let's get some nipples.
I'm gonna make some
nipples.
Can we make some nipples?
No. I'm gonna get into shape, and then I'm gonna get fat again.
I don't think this is too hard to make, really.
No, you get it. You get the.
They're really, really good.
You gotta get the mesh.
I have
pretzels.
them yeah, exactly.
The mesh pretzel.
They're at your house. One of your.
How about peanut butter pretzels?
Yeah, really good.
But you can't fuck with that. They're great.
But anything better than that?
If I went to see Bobby based on this clip,
looking at Bobby,
and I came to his show, say I seen this kid and he's over here, this Robert Kelly. The first thing I would go is, oh my God, what happened to him?
Oh shit!
Like if you saw me, wait a minute, if you saw me now?
If I looked at this,
how long ago is that?
And when I gotta go see Bobby Kelly,
a year and a half.
A year and a half ago?
How long is this?
You fucking idiot!
How long is this? How long ago is this clip we're looking at?
That's Premium Blend.
Fucking a long time ago.
It wasn't that long because this is the last season of Premium Blend.
No, it wasn't. No,
Can't be 10
Are we talking 10 years?
10 years ago, yeah.
I'll
hang on. I'll tell you why. Because I lived in
99. We're looking at.
I lived in L.A. I had to fly in from L.A. for that. I lived in L.A. maybe 8 years ago, maybe 8 or 9.
Look at this fucking crowd.
All women just loving you.
This is Premium Blend?
Yeah, Premium Blend.
Who was the host? You killed my kid.
I don't know who the fuck was
David Allen Greer?
I don't know. Maybe.
Is that who you are? You're the Piss the Pants
2002
monster?
probably.
2000. No, because it was before September 11th.
Wait a minute. Is that when I was over your house and you cooked? You was that guy?
You know, that's why I moved back from L.A., right? Do you understand that? That's why I moved back. Because when I was in L.A., that was my 5th fat, or my 4th fat in L.A. I was out there. I booked a pilot. I thought I was going to be famous. Never went anywhere. Fucking stayed in L.A. Wound up fucking watching the Food Network every day and started cooking shit. He came over to my house to stay with me, and I knew how to cook everything. But my specialty was barbecue chicken. I knew how to flip it at the right time, 3 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 1.5 minute, 1.5 minute, 50 seconds. And it was perfect, juicy barbecue chicken. And I had this barbecue sauce. He came over, he's eating my chicken. He goes, Bobby, you got to move the fuck back to New York. I'm like, why? He goes, this is the best barbecue chicken I've ever had in my life. You're a cook, motherfucker.
I said, fuck out of here. I said, no one should be able to, you should not be able to make chicken this good. That means you're not working.
You're not working, right.
Yeah.
Right.
God.
You're spending time cooking.
This is too delicious.
My wife would wake up in the middle of the night and have Cornish game hens with fucking almond sauce.
That's depression, man. You learn how to cook like that. That's what I'm telling you. You learn how to cook, learn how to make fucking curry chicken, and you just, delicious, and you have no one to invite over. So I'm just there alone eating. I have the entire pot in between my legs, and I'm eating. I have the rice on a spoon, and I dip the rice in the pot with the sauce and the chicken, and I'm just fucking. I'm like, I gotta get a fucking job.
I did that I made a pie one night. I did the same shit. I made a pie at like 3 in the... Dude, I went to Ralph's at 3 in the morning. I had this invention that I was going to do chocolate pudding... No, chocolate, then vanilla pudding, then vanilla chocolate, white chocolate, then chocolate pudding, and then whipped cream.
Christ.
I made the graham cracker crust myself by scratch. I did everything. Then I woke my wife up. She got mad at me, and she went back to bed. I ate it by myself with my dogs on the fucking couch. I didn't give them any because they fucking died, but...
Unbelievable. Let's get to part 2 of the beautifulpeople.com website.
Beautiful people.
That's right.
Those who didn't meet the beauty benchmark received an email explaining they had been expelled because of their extra pounds, some tips on working out, and an invitation to reapply when they slim down. Body image expert Karen Salmonson says the website's harsh rejection could be damaging even to people who aren't on it.
I think it's kind of actually scary. You know, that they would kick off people because they packed on a couple pounds over the holidays. It's a wrong message. I mean, chemistry is such a mysterious thing.
Those behind beautifulpeople.com make no apologies and say what their site lacks in political correctness, it makes up for in honesty.
Yeah, I like the honesty. There's got to be a fatpeople.com out there. Go there.
Yeah, it's called everything else.
Go there for your dumb chemistry.
There is a fat website.
It's a business, and they should run it how they see fit.
And I don't think fat people should.
Fat people
I'm
live?
serious. I don't
There
think
is a
fat people should. Yeah.
It's a placeholder.
Okay.
But it's called. They do have fat couple like hookups. You know.
What about fatfucks.com? Let's see what comes up.
Something will come up. A porn site, right?
It just is fat fucks, fat porn, fat sex.
Do they have tubby cunt?
Do they have tubbycunt.com?
It's
no
matter what you have.
Is that tubby cunt or is that fat fuck?
Oh, look at this.
Let me see. Can I see if I get into this? I don't know if I like fat chicks. It's not really fat.
You would go. You would definitely go there.
I've been with fat. Dude, I was with some big girls.
Really?
I was with a girl. I was with a black girl in Huntsville, Texas. That I had to hold her tit with 2 hands.
Yeah.
Just a fucking enormous tit.
Big tit.
Big. I got on top of her, and it was like being on an upside-down canoe. Both of my knees didn't hit the bed.
The funniest fat girl story I ever had. It was this girl. I used to, back in the day, we was real disrespectful. You just call the girls where you met them or where they lived.
Like Canal Street?
And I call it, the fat girl from the Wiz. She used to work at the Wiz.
Remember the Wiz? Your phone like that?
The fat girl from the Wiz, because I had just got back from Australia.
I remember the fat girl from the Wiz. That's so fucked up. I remember. I remember the fat girl from the Wiz.
And
she flipped out, right?
Dude, she was a soldier. And I met her when I first moved to Jersey City, first in like '99, and we talked, and I brought her home, and we was talking about the pocket rocket, because I bought this girl that I met in Australia a pocket rocket and was going to send it to her, and the fat girl from the Wiz was like, I use that. That's the G4. They go, the G4. And I go, yeah. We were talking. We was going about the pocket rocket. We end up talking. She comes over the house. We fucking go at it, right? So I used to have a roommate. And, I learned a lot of my debauchery from this girl, I have to say.
The fat girl.
Yeah, a lot of the horrible shit that I learned to do to
from
girls.
That girl?
It's just because she would lay there and let it happen. I just would do... Yeah. I'm not proud of it, because I wouldn't want to do that to my daughter, but I would just do some terrible things to her, and she just enjoyed it.
Is that the one that ate your ass?
She did everything, dude.
Really?
Oh, she just used to call and go, can you do that fist thing you do?
Oh, that was the worst thing you've ever shown me.
Huh?
You had a fist thing that you did? No.
I fucking hate that.
Just get in there and dig around.
Yeah. You showed me a picture of that once?
You're punching a fucking...
He showed me a picture of that, and he showed me the picture as he's pulling it back out. So, like, some of the inside was, like, outside on his... But it was a vagina. Looked like he punched a fucking plasma wall.
She comes over the house. We have a mission. So I try to sneak her out the house. I'm like, let's go. So we're sneaking down the spiral staircase. And my roommate is down on the phone. He's on the phone. He's like, yeah, how you doing, man? And then he looks up, and he sees me and her leaving. And he looks up, he goes, hey, how you guys doing? And he's talking on the phone. I walk downstairs. I walk back upstairs. He's on the floor laughing. He's laughing. When he took the phone off his head and went, hey, how you guys doing? My stomach, I said, this motherfucker. I walked back upstairs. He was in tears crying.
Patrice, did you think he was going to let you slide at all when you're walking down?
No.
Right? You just knew,
because
right?
he said, how you guys doing? And I was coming down the stairs, nigga, like, doom. Dude,
the coast is clear.
But in terms of this fucking beautiful people thing, when I go look to the TSA downstairs today when I came in, when you're a visitor, the security guards have to let you in.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the guy to come over. It's a fat guy leaning on the window and comes over to let me in. Yeah. He's just late. Fat people shouldn't be able to have certain jobs, privileges, man. And I'm gonna tell you, and being a fat motherfucker, there's many a times that I want to figure out how to catch a nap when I'm not supposed to, like during non-nap times, where it's just if I'm supposed to be doing something, and I'm just like, man, I would love to just go someplace and be sleep based on being fat, based on being tired, and I agree with this website, man. I agree with what they did. I agree with what they doing in terms of fucking. Look, fat people should be discriminated against from time to fucking time, man. They're an inconvenience.
Added fucking time to fucking time.
I mean, the buying 2 seats thing, for me, I do. I mean, I don't want...
You buy 2 seats?
If I can't afford first class, sometimes first class, 3 Gs.
Yeah,
it's just crazy.
Ridiculous.
But if I can't afford first... I'll buy two coach for $325, man, $650.
Yeah, but they fucked with you on that, though.
Fucking thing.
They fucked with you one time because they wanted to give that seat to a stewardess.
Oh, right? and she said, "Is someone sitting here? One of those stewardesses that get on when there's no seats? Is someone sitting here?" And I go, "Yep."
The other half of me.
And the other half of me, my ass. I folded down the thing, and I'm arrogant. I put my hat, my fucking bag right there, and the other person that sits there is looking miserable, and I try to help them out and go, I'm real arrogant, I go, nobody will be there, my friend, bullet fucking pistol, because I bought it, but the lady goes, to you, I pull out 2 tickets, like, hot hell, I buy 2 seats, man, because I need it. I need 2 seats. Some of these fat people can't, it's just...
You're on the brink of needing 2 seats. I don't think you officially need 2 seats yet.
Let me tell you.
You're not one of those people that are like, oh, fuck.
I'm not a 2-seater, but I am a deep breath-taking someone next to me. If I'm walking down the aisle, we used to take... Motherfuckers is like, Lord, please don't let this giant nigga
you see him coming and you start praying like, oh, please, no, please, no.
Me and Patrice used to take the fucking Peter Pan to New York from Boston. You know,
that buzz.
We used, and I'd be jammed in. I would just be jammed in on the seat next to him with my head on his fucking shoulder. It's like, and we couldn't care. It was like, fuck it, go ahead, take a nap, Bobby.